it. Alright. So, what happened? Saito became a fury. Good, nice, nice. Yo, apparently, Saint told me that the artifacts that people use on Klee are now the 2 Fire Witch thing and 2 Gladiators finale. You know anything about that, Bacon? You know anything about that? You're like, you use Klee a lot, right? So, hell no. Really? Only 4 fire? 4 fire? I should do that though? Oh, rip. I have, that's what I have right now, but I only have that because I only had 3 witch. So I was like, gotta find another one that's good. And I was like, wait, Gladiator's finale is pretty good. 4 Crimson Witch is generally the build, but the 18% attack is interesting. Yeah, that's what I was looking at too. Okay. Let's read this. Thing is, Gladiator isn't too farmable, so it's hard to get really good ones with it. Oh, really? Wait, how do you get them? Huh? Wait, why did I have Gladiators then? I didn't even have a single witch one. Tell me about it? Wait, really? What? Why do I have Gladiators then? Bosses? Got some Crimson Witch and it had hecking animo damage. What? Wait, that's a thing? What the? Oh, boss fights like the Regis or Devalin? Oh, well, you see, boss fights are pretty much the only thing I do, but... And dailies. And child. Okay. Yeah, I don't do Devalin, unfortunately. Should I? What does it do? I have a lot of gladiators, just not ones with the right stats, I see. Took me forever to get a pyro damage bonus artifact. Haha, talking about substats, that's funny. That's funny. I have like 5 or 6 5 stars artifact total. Yep, it's either animo or defense. Oh, yep, I have a lot of defense too. For some reason, it's actually with the S, but for some reason, all my artifacts have a bunch of defense, so my Klee's kind of tanky somehow. I don't know. I got a 5-star gladiator, great stat. Great stat? Great stat? For Razor from Child? Wait, what great stat? What's the... Ganya has like 30% plus 200 extra defense. All her artifacts are trash. Oof, yeah. Felt that. It's pain, yeah. Yeah, me too. There's a chance I'll stream Genshin tomorrow night. And then if you want to see what I'm running... If you want to see the garbage that I'm running, I'll show you. Do you guys sacrifice the 4 stars artifacts or no? You will? There's a chance. Yeah. I figure like Frank has been asking for it forever and Mito can't even watch the streams. So I should at least like stream at night. Sorry, EU people. Sacrifice the 4 stars if I'm desperate enough? I see. Frank got to world 6? Oh, did he? Wait, 6? Is that our world level? Whatever 45 is? Okay, yeah. Yeah, that is our world level. Right. Yeah, because it was Nicole's. Yeah. Yeah, 6. Bacon, your world level is 7, right? I saw that yesterday. I was like, damn. Open the Dragonspire domain? She did. It was freaking hard. I didn't know what to do, but yeah. Nicole had already done it, so I just walked around being Albedo. That's what I usually do anyways. Albedo or Klee. Okay. Sometime later, we finally arrived at Osaka Castle. So long as we were at the castle, we weren't likely to run into enemy patrols, and for that, I was grateful. Saito, how are you feeling? Did with the guide from the internet? Yeah. Well, I realized suddenly that I couldn't talk about the Furies openly with so many people around. Instead, I simply mumbled at a loss for words. He must have guessed what I was getting at, and for a second or two before responding, and took us kept quiet for a second. Their characters were too small to go up the wind speed boost thing. Yeah, that's true. Klee and Chi-Chi could not go up the wind boost. Who designed that? Who tested it? Really? Just kept falling and zooming. Yeah, and we were just like standing there, or flying there, I guess. But Heisuke and Sanan said that it was hard for them to be up during the day. Oh. Those words pierced my heart. Yeah, what the flip? Well, I mean, I could understand his coldness, but the water of life, the thing that would now change his entire life, was because of my father, Saito. I wonder what men. The atmosphere in the castle was certainly restless, even as I watched wounded soldiers being carried in.
Oi, そこにいるのって、もしかしてサイトか?
That voice.
やっぱりサイトだ。お前、生きてたのかよ。
How are you alive?
ま、サイトも新八にだけは言われたくねえだろうな。
I thought Shinpachi was dead. Nagakura, Harada, you're both safe.
おうよ。この俺が薩長ごときに殺されるはずねえじゃねえか。
Yes, of course, Shinpachi, yes, yes.
サイトはどこも怪我してねえみてえだな。
Ah, yeah.
さすが無敵の剣の持ち主。俺の目に間違いはなかったぜ。
Ah. Saito's mouth thinned, but he said nothing. So about that, yeah. There was no way Nagakura could have known the true reason for Saito's apparent good health. For men like Saito, someone with absolute faith in his sword and his skill, to admit weakness and reach for the water of life. I could only imagine how torturous it must have been.
Saito-san, Yukimura-kun, 無事だったんですね。
That's the tall one, right? Oh.
いや、よかった。
Alright. Give it to me. Give it to me. Hit me with it. Hit me with it! What happened to Yamazaki? Hit me. Moose came to say hi. Hi, Moose!
城中探しても姿が見当たらなかったので、もしやと思ったんですが。
In one piece, yep.
縁起でもねえこと言うなって。斎藤がついてたんだぜ。死ぬはずねえじゃねえか。
そうですよね。でも、本当によかった。
Ah, yeah. Shinpachi command summoned him. Of course. He quickly scrubbed tears from his eyes with a fist and smiled at us. Oh, what happened to Yamazaki and Inoue? Yes, that's the one. Ah. I see. Were they hurt? Harada spoke up, but his voice was strained.
Yamazaki は銃で撃たれて大怪我してる。今松本先生に見てもらってるが、かなり高い熱出して寝込んでるからな。この先どうなるのか微妙な感じだ。
Oh no. But what about Inoue? He's alright, isn't he? I felt my stomach clench with dread. Inoue had to be alright. He had to. They were supposed to laugh it off, to smile and reassure me and say that Inoue was fine, but they didn't. It was Nagakura who finally spoke.
ゲンさんは亡くなった。腹にでっかい重曹ができてたさ。多分即死だったと思う。
Rip. No. My throat tightened, and I could feel tears rising to my eyes. Welp, we lost one.
武士というのは何があっても決して約束を違えたりしないものだよ。あの状況で決死隊に志願した長倉君や島田君。そして斎藤君は
I thought their mission was like a suicide mission. How'd they live?
本物の武士だ。 武士というのは、男というのは、決して女の子を悲しませたりはしないものだよ。
Does that mean he wasn't a true man?
だから大丈夫だ。
Inoue, I thought a samurai would never do anything to make a girl sad. So why did you die? I mean, it's not like he had a choice, but I swallowed it and my throat stung. It was horrible enough to think of the pain he'd suffered from his bullet wound, but even worse was the despair he must have felt as he realized his life was coming to an end. I'd be happy to see Shinpachi back safe. Oh.
とりあえずみんなのところに行こうぜ。
Uh,
生き残ってる人間は集まってるはずだから。
right. Okay. I wiped my tears away and followed.
斎藤、それに雪村も生きてたのか。
心配をおかけして申し訳ございません、副長。
とりあえず
Yes, yes,
生き残っ
of
た
course.
幹部連中はこれで全員揃ったわけだな。
そうなるな。夢も希望もねえ作戦会議とシャレ込むか。
Hopeless.
いや、覚悟して聞いた方がいいぜ。俺も聞いた瞬間は頭から魂が抜けてどっかに飛んでっちゃいそうだったもん。
シンパシー、口の聞き方に気をつけろ。
Wait, what do you mean?
ま、結論から言うと、今回幕軍はかなりの苦境に立たされてる。
Huh? Saito had told me that the shogunate forces outnumbered nearly 15,000 men, and that the Satsuma Choshu, and their allies commanded at most 5,000. Even I knew 3 to 1 was good odds, so how had the shogunate ended up in trouble? So 1, they got outmaneuvered, and 2, the Satsuma and Choshu, the Sacho forces were better equipped, is what I'm gonna say.
中立だとかわけのわからんことを抜かして援軍の要請を断る藩が多くてな。
I see.
御三家筆頭の尾張藩までが日和見決め込んで中立派を名乗りやがった。
戦が始まってんのに中立もクソもねえだろ。はっきり薩長側に作って言わねえあたりがなんとも姑息だよな。
The 3 houses of the Tokugawa comprised one of the most prestigious domains in Japan. Many previous shoguns were alumni of this group. To think such domain betrayed the shogunate.
戦況はそんなに悪かったのですか。
薩長のやつらが化け物みてえに遠くまで届く新型の銃を使ってやがってな。
So I was right?
こっちの射程の外から撃たれちまうんでどうにも防ぎようがねえ。おまけに連発式だから懐に飛び込む隙もねえときた。もう刀じゃ戦はできねえってことだな。
2 dabs if he gets Saito's bad end? Oh no. Oh no. Saito looked down and said nothing. He'd built his life around the sword, and now, just like that, it meant nothing. How kind, yes, of course.
敵方は銀の銃弾を使っていました。
Precious metal, it somehow counteracts the healing power of the Furies. Ah. Silver bullets? Why?
羅刹隊対策に決まってるだろ。
For rip. Oh, hey, Heisuke. It's been a while
向
since
こ
I
うに
saw
も
him.
俺たちのことをよく知ってるやつがいるんだよ。
羅
Yeah.
刹は並々ならぬ回復力を有していますが、銀の銃弾でつけられた傷だけは癒すことができません。
I see, so we're in a
我
lot of
々の
trouble.
武器は人並み外れた体力と機敏さ、そして回復力です。それを封じられてしまえば、ただの人間と変わりがない。
今回の戦で残ってた羅刹隊のやつらもほとんど殺されちまってさ、俺たちも途方に暮れてるとこなんだ。
Oh, rip. Rip the gamble. That was when Saito finally spoke.
副長、ご報告したいことがあります。
うんなんだ斎藤。
Saito looked straight into the commander's eyes and spoke in a calm, level voice.
俺はお預かりしていた落ち水を飲み、羅刹となりました。
なんだって。
Well, every face in the room turned to Saito, shocked.
お前どうしてそんな真似したんだよ。
そうしなければならぬ状況だった。後悔はしていない。
Hijikata was silent for several moments.
そうか。お前もなっちまったか。
Huh? That was all he said. Who else took
あ
it?
なたは素晴らしい決断をしましたよ、斉藤君。
Oh, I cut him off.
よし。
Oops.
とりあえず現状報告も終わったところで荷物をまとめてくれ。明日には
Yeah,
船
you
で
too? Does that mean he took it too? Someone else took it?
江戸に向かうというのは何故？ここで慶喜公と共に籠城するのではないのですか？
Their faces fell when I spoke. Wait, I
俺た
spoke?
ちの総大将様は
I didn't speak.
一生懸命戦ってた
Oh,
幕軍
that
を
was
置き
me.
去りに
What?
して
What? You
と
know.
っくに江戸に戻っちまってるんだとよ。
Oh.
聞いた時はさす
So
が
it
に
means
呆れ
like
たね。
when Sunman did it?
こん
Yeah,
な
or when
戦
Heisuke did
前
it?
代未聞だぜ。多分これから先もねえんじゃねえの。今後の展開がどうなっちまうのか楽しみすぎてしょうがねえや。
Oh no. Inoue had died and Yamazaki had been wounded. Though they were the only ones I knew, I had little doubt that many other men had fought for the shogun and been wounded or killed. Yeah, he just said so many of them were killed. And instead of staying to support his army, he'd abandoned them to their fate and been the first to run to safety in Edo? It was awful.
慶喜公が俺たちを捨てて逃げた。
ま、上には上の事情があるってことだろ
Sure.
う。俺たちは俺たちで後の世に恥じねえ戦をすりゃいいだけのことだ。
そうですね。
He nodded, his face as placid as ever, but in his eyes I could see defeat and despair. We need to begin preparing for our return to Edo, but all of the warriors seemed dejected, slumped by the heaviness of our defeat. Saito, of course, wasn't safe from this dejection. Saito? I stopped myself for a second, but decided to approach him. However, he kept his eyes fixed on his tatami mat, not even acknowledging me. Saito? I called out to him once more, and all of a sudden he snapped out of his concentration and he shot a glance towards me.
すまない。考え事をしていた。先ほど副長が言っていた通り、上には上の事情が、自分たちには自分たちのすべきことがある。
I actually didn't say anything, Saito.
まず負傷者の状況を確認しよう。救護の手が足りていないはずだ。
Saito didn't seem to believe his own words, and his tone lacked any luster or emotion. I couldn't really blame him, though. I'm here. My dumbass mother wanted me to go to her dentist appointment for no reason. Hi, welcome, Sivian. You didn't miss much. You did not miss much. We're still on the ending thing. He and the other Shinsengumi captains had risked their lives to uphold the shogunate flag in battle, and then Lord Yoshinobu just gave up. Pisses me off because I'm going shopping on Saturday too. Man, she just wants to spend quality time with you, doesn't she? Think our Supreme Commander could even think to abandon his men and his army.
何をしている？ここには怪我人が大勢運び込まれている。医学の心得のあるあんたが行けば助けになるはずだ。見に行ってくれ。
Saito seemed eager for me to leave, but I just stood there looking back at him, and instead of leaving, I asked him a question. Rip Sivia. Close to decapitating people? Monka. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, well anyways, I gotta go. Taco finishes this, then Soji, yep. Soji is indeed the second one, so... Saito, what's going to happen to the Shinsengumi?
どうなるとは。
Saito was clearly annoyed, throwing another question at me. Seeing the coldness of his response made me flinch a little, I thought it was an important question to ask, so I did what I thought was necessary to help my anxieties. Talk, wanna hear a funny story? Always. What's up, Autumn? Decapitate my D-Luke? What? What? Bacon? What? D-Luke is so hot. What do you mean? Lord Yoshinobu has abandoned us, right? So, if we follow him back to Edo, what will happen then? Does his retreat mean that the shogunate has no further plans to fight against the Satsuma or Choshu troops?
まだそうなると決まったわけではなかろう。
On Monster Hunter World, you slay literal gods, and my hunter looks stupid. How stupid are we talking? Robbed of a hot D-Luke, he literally has a baby face. I guess sort of. Sort of, but I still like it. I don't know. When does Taco plan on doing Iba's route? Probably towards the end, to be honest. Because, so here's the thing, right? I'm pretty sure how to get on Soji's route. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure how to get on Heisuke's route. And I have an idea. Well, I mean, I know how to get on Hichikata's route too. It's probably pretty easy, right? But these people are much harder to get. Although Yamazaki almost got him, right? And then he's almost dead, but... So yeah. Look in general, let me see this. Let me see this. What? Wait, but that's... Wait, but that's... Isn't that Joe Cat? Isn't that his name? Wait. Wait. But that's... Wait. Wait. I must look this up. Joe Cat? Is that not his name? The YouTuber? Nope, that's not his name. No, stop the song. Thank you. Let me see. No, it is Joe Cat. Yeah. It's this guy's characters everywhere. But I know he used to play Monster Hunter, so maybe that's why. Maybe that is why. I mean, he might still play, I don't know, but in every video he has that figure, the dinosaur figure. Not killing D-Luke, he's my only DPS other than Venti. Wait, I didn't even know you had D-Luke, Sivian. What the? Yeah, sorry, Sugary. I have to learn how to approach these guys. Like, how do I even get points for them? Why is his name red? Oh, it's just okay. His color scheme. Okay. She got him on the Zhongli banner. Oh, really? Really? I didn't know.
もしかすると江戸で力を蓄え再選の機会を伺うつもりなのかもしれん。俺たちが気をもんでも仕方あるまい。
Saito's completely right. But no, shut up.
先ほども言ったが、ここには怪我人が数多く運び込まれている。差し当たって必要なのは怪我人の船への護送、そして江戸への帰還の準備だ。助けを必要としている者がいて、俺たちには彼らを助ける力がある。余計なことに気を取られている場合ではない。
His words came at me quickly and aggressively, and it made me think something was off. Even when he seemed agitated or things were hectic, Saito always found time to speak with me or answer my questions. But today he was completely flippant, looking as though he were trying to avoid talking to me altogether. How should I answer? I think I should just comply, to be honest. Does that matter? I understand. I will help, Saito. There was so much to worry about, but now wasn't the time to stress about it. Our tasks were beginning to pile up and many people were depending on us. Is he ashamed? I'm not sure. Then I shouldn't be overly concerned about what could be and just focus on the present. That was pretty easy.
では行くぞ。
If he doesn't want to talk about it, don't force him to talk about it, jeez. Is he ashamed? I don't know. Saito. His tone seemed to perk up, even just a tad, and he bowed his head. When I looked at Saito's back, his posture seemed so broken. I stopped to call out for him. Even since I lost contact with my ever since I lost contact with my father, I'd felt so lonely and full of worry. But I thought that my worry would do me no good, so I made the decision to come to Kyoto myself to search for him. So I may not know exactly what you're feeling or how you're dealing with those feelings, but in the end, I think what's important is to trust those feelings and act on them. Saito stopped in his tracks and he seemed to twitch a bit. Soon he turned around to face me. Just a second ago, his eyes seemed dead, but it appears they have been reignited with purpose. He looked at me sternly.
行くぞ。
Yukuzo. His words were curt, I think, but it felt like a sense of determination had returned to Saito. As the two of us were leaving the castle, he turned around once more, sadness resting in his face. Are you alright? I asked him softly, but he gave me no answer. After a pause, he wiped the cold sweat from his brow and he looked into my eyes.
問題ない。行くぞ。
His voice was resolute. Being out in the sun as a fury, from what I'd heard, was quite painful. If you start feeling sick, then maybe you should rest until evening? I don't think he wants that. Is this still Kyoto wins? Yeah, this is Kyoto wins. Yes, yes, yes. Yep. It's like the end. It's the end. Yeah. Epilogue, I think. Made a timid suggestion, but Saito quietly looked back at me and muttered.
先ほどのあんたの言葉で目が覚めた。
He only remembers Soji's rat well, yes, of course. Huh? The suddenness of his statement caught me off guard, and I stared confused at him. He turned to face his feet, and his tone seemed almost self-deprecating.
たとえ慶喜公がどのような行動を取ろうと、我々が主君を見捨てていいということにはならない。
Just read that, but Fenty's one of your DPS?
俺は一体何に迷ってい
One of
た
my
のか。
only DPS except Venti. Sub DPS, I need better artifacts on him though. I see. Saito looked at me sheepishly, as if he were embarrassed by his own doubts earlier. Seeing his reaction made me realize something. All this time, Saito worked hard to let his doubts and worries never get the best of him. But I wasn't the only person who felt these doubts. Saito, this whole time, was also anxious, while who wouldn't be? I mean, he never showed any sign of worry when he was ordered to spawn the guard, or when he drank the water of life. In my heart, somehow, I had just assumed that he was impervious to worry, and that he always got the better of his emotions. Then he looked longingly into my eyes. Longingly?
幕府が今後どうなるのか、そして我々新選組が何を信じるのかはまだ分かっていない。だがそれも全て江戸に戻ってからのこと。我々の行く末はこれからだ。
Edo blossoms.
だからあんたの不安は分かるが、今は考える必要はない。今は自分たちのすべきことをなし、そして江戸を目指す。いいな。
Yes. Saito turned back around to make his way to the dock, but his aura had completely changed. If I had done anything to improve Saito's mood, then nothing could make me happier. I was thrilled that, even just once, that I was able to give back to Saito. Yep, okay. I know that Saito and the Shinsengumi will be able to find their purpose as we return to Edo. But when we return to Edo, what awaits me? The whole reason I'd left Edo was for the purpose of finding my father. We're in the boat. Later that night, I couldn't bring myself to sleep. Tomorrow, the men of the Shinsengumi would be on their way aboard a ship to Edo. But what was to become of me? There were rumors floating about that my father was siding with the Satsuma Choshu troops, and now, to top it off, he was with Kazama. I'm sure this is what Saito had reported to Hijikata when they spoke together. So, technically, the Shinsengumi no longer had any obligation to look after me. I was running through all of these thoughts when I'd heard footsteps from outside my room. I wonder who it could be at this hour. Softly, I slid my door open to take a quick peek, and see whom it was.
雪村、まだ起きていたのか。
Nope. Just opened my door, but I'm sleeping. Screw our father, we have cute samurais. Yes, exactly. Saito!
寝不足での船旅は過酷だ。少しでも体を休めておくに
We're
越した
not
こ
on the
とは
boat
ない。
yet. Okay. Father dead yet? Nope. He's apparently with the other side, with the Imperialists, with Kazama. Yes, I know that, but when we return to Edo, all of you will be on standby for the next battle, right?
そうだ。
I felt nervous speaking, especially with what I'd wanted to say next, but... So am I not allowed to come along with you guys?
なんだと。
I know I'm not really of much use on the battlefield, and I can barely protect myself. Well, especially if we're up against Kazama, then I stand no chance of protecting myself. And I know that the reason you let me stay with you all because I was looking for my father. So, yeah, there's nothing really keeping you guys responsible for me anymore. Does that make me a burden?
戦いに関してはその通りだろうな。あんた自身が一番よくわかっているだろう。
Well, at least he's honest. His words were a lot harsher than I anticipated, and I could only hang my head. He was right. Yep, he was. All I'd ever be was a burden if I couldn't fight, but I still insisted to be by their side.
鳥羽伏見の戦であんたも実感したはずだ。これからの戦は今までのものとは違う。今日隣にいた者が明日にはムクロへと変わる。そんな日が続くに違いない。それでも我々は武士として命果てるまで戦い抜く覚悟があるが、あんたは元来こちら側の人間ではない。戦いの中に身を置く理由などないはずだ。
Uh-huh. Hearing Saito's words made me realize that, even if it hurts to say it, he puts my safety above almost anything. Saito wasn't necessarily the best person with words, but it still made my heart warm to hear it. Really? I think Saito's really good with words, actually. I do have a reason, though. You saved my life, Saito, so I want to pay you back.
我々の都合でしたことだ。恩義に感じる必要はどこにもない。
That's not a good enough excuse. Would you be satisfied hearing from my side if I had told you the same thing? Oh? Saito turned away, refusing to look at me as if he were dealing with a petulant child from which he could not wait to leave. Oof. Eventually...
失礼。
Oh, wait, I was supposed to read that. What the flip? Saito reached for the kodachi on my hips and, without a word, took it into his hands. Sheathed. He gripped my kodachi tightly.
先ほども言ったが、我々と共に戦いの中に身を置くことになれば、いつ
Are you gonna
命
train me?
を落とすか
Train
わ
me,
から
train
ない。
me, train me, train me,
それ
train
で
me,
も
train
我
me,
々
train
に
me.
ついてくると。
Train me, train me, train me,
そ
train
う
me.
言うのだな。
Train me, train me, train me, train me. Yes, train me, train me. Saito looked into my eyes intently, gazing towards me with a quiet seriousness, and I gave a huge nod. Is this the last?
ならばこの木立を取れ。あんたにその覚悟があるのなら、
Saito, take me with
命を
you.
落とすだけの理由があるというのならばな。
Saito silently handed me back the kodachi, watching my movements, as if he was still testing me. His eyes glimmered against the light, and he stared back at me while I gulped nervously.
だが忘れるな。この木立を取った瞬間から、あんたをもう客人としては扱わぬ。
Sorry, Taco, that isn't happening. Rip. Rip.
二度と引き返せぬ道に足を踏み入れることになるのだぞ。
Saito's supposed to be one of the shortest of the Shinsengumi, and yet you're still a midget compared to him. Yep. His eyes were stern, and they were staring at me with such intensity that I couldn't breathe. But I asked to stay, keeping all of this in mind. You're supposed to grab the kodachi, not his hands. I mean, I'm not complaining, but no training for Taco yet, no training. Saito training, yeah, it's okay. We have Saito romance instead. With this newfound resolve... What? With this newfound resolve, I reached for my kodachi and Saito smiled faintly.
あんたの覚悟、しかと見定めた。もう江戸へ帰れなどとは言わん。どこまででもついてこい。
Okay. Although his expectations for me were huge, I felt warm from his words and I loosened up. During the 4 years in which the Shinsengumi had looked after me, our hands are touching, yeah. I could never shake the thought of feeling like an outsider. But now, for the first time, I finally felt like I'd been accepted as one of them. I will follow the Shinsengumi wherever you guys go, and I'll be by your side the whole time, Saito. No matter what happens in the future, I have faith in everyone, including you, Saito.
そうか。
He kept his responses brief, but I could see the smile forming on Saito's lips. I wondered if he was even a little happy to hear that I was going to join them. You could see the smile, but you're not sure if he was happy. Sure, we will be facing the Satsuma and Shoshu and even Kazuma when we return to Edo, but what? Felt like as long as I'm with Saito, I'll be alright. I had a mysterious confidence well up in my heart, and I smiled back. The end. Alright. This is the end of the stream, guys. I'm going to switch to Smash Bros. Do some tournaments. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. When do we get to kiss him? Good question. Good question. You better be kidding, Taco, or the Dazzle will be after you. I was kidding. I was kidding. Was it a little believable or not really? I'm not a very good liar, so I tried. Have 25k points, Taco. I'm ready to murder you through dabs, but what if I get Soji's bad end? Not at all believable? Rip. Rip! 86k points. Sugar will take over from me. Oh, I see. What if I get Iba's bad end? I don't want to see that one. I really don't want to see that one. 276 points. Hey, nice, Romo. Saints turn them to take over. Oh. Oh. Who's Nicole's character? Wait. Who's Nicole's husbando? Have we decided on that? Is it Heisuke? I don't even know who Nicole's favorite is. I plan on doing him later, so yep. I remember Saint and I fangirling about Soji. Yeah, me too. I remember both of you saying he was best boy, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Oh. There's an epilogue to the epilogue? Soji has to be like everyone's favorites. Does he? Does he? What about Saito? And Yamazaki? Come on. Come on. Soji's best boy. We'll see. We'll see. January 1868. The Battle of Toba Fushimi ended with the Satsuma and Shoshu victorious. As the shogunate troops retreated, the Shinsengumi headed towards Edo. Fun fact, Yamazaki was not even a playable route in the older games. Yeah, I know. I know. Nagakura wasn't either, right? Shinpachi. It was only these guys, right? These 5 ones? And Sanan? Or not Sanan? Could you date Kazama? Kazama, I see. So it's these 5 plus Kazama that you could. Oh, I see. I see. 4 years ago, I came to Kyoto all by myself in search for my father and met the Shinsengumi. I'm going to leave the city of Kyoto where I made fond memories with the Shinsengumi. Despite the defeat, his resolve didn't waver, and I have chosen to walk alongside him. We're going to head to Edo, without knowing what fate awaits us. Alright, switching games. Switching games. Yes, I know. Seen at 9:30 p.m. What? What? I got that achievement. Seen at 9:30 p.m. Also, what did I unlock? Record of service? Is that what I unlocked? This one? During the Battle of Toba Fushimi, the Shinsengumi is ordered to protect the Fushimi magistrate. An ambush upon the main army causes them to be surrounded by enemy soldiers. Save for companions, the protagonist carries a desperate message to Saito. I see. What's the romance? I see it at the top. What's the romance? Can I not switch? I can't switch? Huh. Why that pick? I know, right? Okay. Okay. Edo Blossom time. Is it Edo or? Yeah, it is Edo, right? Yes. Because injuries make them look more badass, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know. New game. Burrita, yes. That is indeed our name. Oh, damn! Saito looks handsome in that. Heisuke looks really good, too. Yeah, that's the one we already did. We also look pretty. Damn, I like that coat, too. For some reason, he looks super handsome. So is Soji? You can't say Soji didn't look cool in it, though? Oh, he was in pain. Yeah. Yeah. When he fought Kazama. Prologue? Is that what we've seen? He looks so handsome. He really does. Winter 1864. In order to find my father with whom I'd lost contact, I, Burita Yukimura, visited Kyoto. Okay, yeah, so this is just what we've seen, right? So, I can't skip it, okay. The Fury, luckily I was saved, yes. because I discovered their secret. I lived with them as I looked for my dad, and I served under Hijikata as a page. And yeah, the Shinsengumi are cool. They protected the Kyoto, they were true samurais, Among the men was Saito. He was a left-handed master of Iai, who led the 3rd division of the Shinsengumi as its captain. My fate beside Saito became entwined. Saito became entwined through the events of the Ikeda Inn incident, the Hamaguri rebellion, and the Aburano Koji incident. I remember one such time where 3 men claiming to be demons, Shikage, Kazama, Kyuju Amagiri, and Kiyo Shiranui, confronted the Shinsengumi. However, time has been unkind to us since then. At the time, the fate of the shogunate was threatened by the Satsuma Choshu, which later culminated in an inevitable battle for control of the nation. I can't say that. Stop it! In an effort to defend my life, Saito confronted a demon one-on-one in battle, and he drank the water of life, which transformed him into a fury. Fortunately, the battle ended in favor of the Satsuma Choshu, and the Shinsengumi were driven from Kyoto. They set sail for Edo in hope of a new start. Alright, all new content. Yeah, again, that picture. I don't know. Yes, Edo blossoms. We switched games. Hakuoki Edo blossoms. We sailed from Osaka, clinging on to our desperate hopes, and with good fortune reached Edo safely. Oh no, that'll be awkward. Yep, okay. We used the humble home of one of the Hatamoto as our headquarters for the time being. The Shinsengumi headquarters in Edo was located beyond the Kajibashi Gate, in the mansion of the former Executive Lieutenant Minister Tanetatsu Akizuki. One thing that became privy to our attention is how talk of the Satsuma Choshu troops flooded the city. Although I had tried my best to forget them, the events of the Battle of Toba-Fushimi still left a bitter taste in my mouth. To strengthen the Fury Corps whose numbers were threatened, Sanan and Heisuke had been running tirelessly around the city in search of candidates. Their method of recruitment, however, was a question I had decided but was best left unanswered. Interesting. Yo, what's up, Frank? What's up, Frank? How goes it? It's like everyone, once he does Iba, I'll get to see a certain picture again during his Edo Blossom prologue. Ripped. Oh man, is every story like sad? Is that what it is? Is that what Bacon went through with the anime? It's just Depression City? Like I'm gonna like Iba too? Yeah, I think so too. I think I will like Iba too. Beyond all of this chaos, I felt extremely frustrated by how little I could do to help the warriors. Every story is sad, basically. Man. I see. I see. So, when we say good ending, like, what do we mean by good ending? We mean, like, Depression City still, but not that depressing? Or, like, now we can all suffer. Nice. But isn't that sad though? I don't think Harda's was that bad either. I see. I see. Many of the endings are actually really sweet. Oh, okay. Thank goodness. Iba isn't too bad. Okay. It was a wintry day. A wintry day? Edging on the cusp of spring. Oh, it picks up too. Let's go. Hada's is the least sad IMO. I see. So So Jesus is very bittersweet. So sweet, but there's a hint of bitter there, I see. Among the brisk winds blowing through my window, I heard the townspeople shouting, "Isn't it great? Isn't it great?" repeatedly. Colloquial phrase used in a spate of festivals that spread across Japan near the end of the Tokugawa era. Over a month had passed since our first arrival in Edo.
雪村先輩
Oh,
ど
hey!
うしたんですか何か考
Wait,
え
is
事で
that
も
not Iba? Oh, no, Iba's the other one. Right, right. This is the page, right? That's the page, not the friend, childhood friend guy. We see him like once. Todoroki VA one. Yeah. Oh, it's nothing.
次に薩長と戦えるのは一体いつになるんだろうな。
そのために今
Yeah, it
土
is
方副長
Todoroki.
が幕府のお偉いさんに掛け合って再選の許しをもらおうとしてるんだろ
The third highest ranking member of the Shinsengumi, beneath the chief and the colonel. Who's the chief and colonel? A reference to the Tokugawa shogunate, an organized system of government centered around a feudal lord, controlled under the fierce jurisdiction of his army.
それは分かってる。
As the two of them exchanged points, an outside voice interrupted their conversation.
いやー、相変わらずやかましい声だよな。
Hello.
ええじゃないか、ええじゃないかって。情緒のかけらもありゃしね
まあ何もかも忘れて
Yeah,
踊り狂いたくなるのもわからなくはねえよ。明日にも薩長が攻めてくるかもしれねえってご時世だもんな。
佐野も踊りに行ってくるか。腹の傷に顔描いて踊れば大注目間違いなしだぜ。
What?
てめえ、今日はよっぽど自腹で飲みてえみてえだな。せっかくおごってやろうと思ったのによ。
何言ってんだよ佐野。冗談に決まってんじゃねえか。俺は江戸っ子だから心にもねえ言葉がつい口をついて出ちまうんだって。
Okay. Oh, were the two of you planning on going somewhere?
おう、豚書の中でじっとしてても気が塞ぐだけだと思ってよ。
せっかくだからパーッと飲みに行こうと思ってるんだ。
相馬、野村、お前らも来るだろ
う。いえ、俺は。
俺もこの時期に飲むのはちょっと。
バカ野郎、そういうのがダメだっつうんだよ。難所の中で腐ってたって状況が良くなるわけじゃねえだろうが。つべこば言わずについてこい。
Okay.
お前も来るか。
Oh, geez. No, thank you. I believe I'm going to refrain. There are other things to which I must attend.
そっか。ならしょうがねえか。
万が一土方さんが戻ってきたら親の葬式に出てるとか適当に言いくるめといてくれ。
Oh, okay.
そんじゃ留守番頼むぜ。
Bye. Nagakura and Harada were practically dragging Soma and Nomura out the door with them. Oh, rip. Became a somewhat common occurrence for both Nagakura and Harada to go out for drinks lately. Sure, they were cheery on the outside, but I was afraid to think that their apathy was a result of the defeat of Toba Fushimi. Although it was a huge relief to hear that Kondo's shoulder was recovering well, and that he was due to return back to active duty soon. Both Kondo and Hijikata's top priority was negotiating with the chief vassals of the shogunate. As a result, the person tasked with ensuring that all duties were seen to completion at headquarters was... Saito.
すずりと炭が見当たらんが、どこにあるか知らんか。
I think it might be in Hijikata's office, but... Saito! Imagine it angered him quite a bit to hear that we had to use it without his permission. Give me a moment, please. If I recall, there's another set as well. Let me find it.
ああ、なるべく早く頼む。
Inkstone and ink. Will these do?
感謝する。
Saito extended his hands to grab the inkstone, and he began to glide it across a short table to make ink. Ah, yes. Just remind me, why don't you? After drinking the water of life, his humanity had become forfeit, and he lived his life as a fury. Beside him sat a thick pile of documents, which I had assumed were what Saito had in store for himself. Shinpachi, no, Shinpachi is gone. Saito, is there anything that I might do to help you?
特にない。
But are you supposed to do all this work by yourself? That'd be impossible.
無理ではない。あんたは自分の仕事をしろ。
Well, I finished most of what I've needed to do today, so please, anything. Shinpachi still loves you, whatever. I don't care if he loves me. Saito was silent, turning to stare at me with a blank expression. After what looked like a moment of deep consideration.
では、この紙束を閉じるのを手伝ってくれ。閉じるための小よりと千枚同士はそこにある。
Okay, what's an awl? A tool where you pierce a small hole through stacked paper. Interesting. Okay. Began to enclose the parchment as he instructed. Quiet sounds of ink pressed to parchment and the following ruffle of said parchment filled the room. Anything for you, Saito, right? Come to think of it, it had been nearly a month since Saito had drunk the water of life. Normally, it would have been excruciatingly painful for him to be awake, let alone accomplish tasks, while there was still sunlight. But looking at Saito operate with such swift efficiency, I would have never guessed otherwise. Without being too invasive, I stared at him deeply, yes, and then he notices. I was at the point where I had begun to question whether or not his pure transformation was all part of some elaborate dream I had. However, I knew this to be untrue, because I saw it with my own eyes. Ouch!
どうした
Oh, I cut my finger with the awl. Don't worry, it'll heal quickly. Oh no.
指を
Blood?
見せてみろ。
But blood? Saito grabbed my hand eagerly. Then, it was as if he was caught in a daze, and he stared intently at my fingers as blood began to trickle. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. His face was pale as snow, but his eyes had a peculiar sparkle within them, as if he were hungry. Oh, it's fine, Taco? Oh, my younger brother gave me black, too. I plan on naming Pokemon after Hakuoki characters, so Sivian, any Pokemon you would like to be named Soji, and Roma, is there a certain one you would like to be named Saito? Black, too. Couldn't help but find this odd. Watching his eyes gleam with such forced constraint worried me, and I called out to him. Saito? He didn't say anything, but... At last, Saito seemed to snap out of his trance, glancing away awkwardly.
急いで手当てをしろ。傷口から毒が入らぬとも限らん。
If someone had been watching the two of us from afar, this would have been difficult to notice, but... Thick droplets of sweat began to form on Saito's forehead. It was obvious to see this was atypical. I assume it was because... So, Saito? Do you want blood? His shoulders perked almost immediately. I knew it. Even though you've become a fury, you've been forcing yourself to stay awake during the day, which I'm sure is only draining your energy. However, Saito neither confirmed nor denied my claims, instead sitting stoically in silence. Perhaps my comment was out of line, but it was possible to ignore the signs. Yep. Named my starter Hachiro? Who? Is that Iba? Record of service. What the? Change your name. Oh, what? Wait, no. Wait, no. Back. Back. No, what? I didn't mean to change my name. Jeez. Hachiro is Iba? Ah, there it is. Yes. Hachiro Iba. Why are you pushing yourself so much? You could be like Sanan and Heisuke. You could rest during the day and act during the night. That way you could minimize your fatigue. Problem is, I don't know which Pokemon fits Soji the most. Yeah. Saito glared at me with white-hot intensity for entertaining such an idea.
俺が昼間ここを開けたら誰があんたを守るというのだ。
Me safe. The meaning of Saito's words had not registered immediately after he'd said them.
風間があんたを連れに来た時眠っていて気づきませんでしたでは話にならん。他の人間は出払ってしまっている。だから俺が起きて見張っているだけだ。
Oh.
何か問題でもあるか。
No, it's not, but are you telling me that the only reason you stay awake during the day is to protect me?
副長からの命を受けているからそうしているまでだ。
But then...
これもタイムの一環だ。あんたが気にすることではない。
Oh, okay. Saito spoke curtly before falling into another prolonged silence as he toiled away with the inkstone. I had no response prepared, so I could only watch him work quietly from behind him. Behind? Holy flip. What's up, Frank? What? An hour and 12 minutes? What's wrong? With that, I was left with no choice but to return to my work. Already an hour of this torture. Oh, please, Frank, you just got here. Did the memory link with my black version too? What is that? This is paradise. This is Saito content. Later on that evening, I patiently waited for Heisuke to wake so that we could discuss the day's events. The sun dropped into the horizon, melting into the dusk like fresh amber dripping from the tree.
おはようって別にお早くねえけど。
Give more Saito. If only. Heisuke! There's something I wanted to ask you. Do you have a moment to spare?
あ、なんだよ、珍しいじゃねえか。
Someone may overhear us, so do you mind if we step outside? Okay. Black is the sequel to Black? Yeah, Black 2 is the sequel to Black, so I like the 2. What does it do? As a Fury, how much of a strain does it put on your body to stay awake during the day?
はじめくんのことか。
Is that Saito? I nodded, and Heisuke stroked his chin. Seems like Saito's been working just as hard as he was before he became a Fury, but he looks like he's suffering tremendous pain. The flip is a Fury? It's like the half-demons. So, from what I understand, the Furies have white hair, red eyes, and it's a pain to be up during the day. They can only be up during the night. And then they're always hungry for blood. They also regenerate any wounds very quickly. So yeah, it's a fake demon, yeah. And, well, originally I planned on telling Heisuke about my interaction with Saito, but I was unsure of how best to phrase it. It was almost as if I said it aloud. I was dehumanizing Saito, reducing him to a monster in spite of who he truly was.
もしかしてはじめくん、血を飲みたいって言ってたのか。
My reaction alone seemed to give Heisuke all the information he needed to deduce the situation.
そっか。やっぱりな。
They're vampires, sort of, yes. Like a demon-vampire hybrid, yes. It's a demon, Frank. Puts and ends Pokemon in the wild, and people will say my black character's name, as well as being given all the musical props as I loved doing the musical in black version. Interesting. Demon that basically has super strength, yeah. Have you not watched Demon Slayer, Frank? God, I miss N. I actually did not play Black and Black 2 that much. Black and White 2 that much. Hell no, bro, really? Do you not watch anime, Frank? You watch sports anime, right? Or you tried to, at least. That's you, Taco. That's your problem. Yes, that is my problem. I played both of them, but only got past the first gym leader. And then I stopped. Only anime I've ever watched is Dragon Ball. Oh, really? And the baseball one, no? Didn't you watch the baseball one? Don't watch sports anime? Or you tried watching the tennis one, right? No? Am I crazy?
そろそろ発作が出てなきゃおかしいと思ってたんだ。昼間あれだけ動いてるんだから。
A seizure? So what do you suggest I do? Should I tell him to drink blood? Heisuke paused before answering, staring at a nearby lantern flickering in the darkness. Maybe it was difficult for him to decide as well. However, Heisuke was the only person I trusted to advise me on how best to approach Saito.
血を飲むのが一番だって。
Yes, they're hella trash, yes, but you've watched them, right? Like, maybe not completed them, but Frank secretly loves anime. I see. Nice secret, Frank. The pain of a thirst for blood is real painful, is it? Sanan thinks the best way to curb those episodes is by drinking blood. Lots of it.
さすがにそれはちょっと。はじめくんも受け入れたくねえんじゃねえかな。
What could I really do? If Saito were to suffer one of those episodes, was there anything I could do? Maybe, and this was a big maybe, I could save Saito. By letting him drink my blood? It's a little
それ
creepy.
から
What is it? What's wrong? Is there anything else bothering you?
いや、前に三男さんがお前について話してたのを思い出してさ。
Ah. How many people watch random clips but never a full episode? Oh, okay, I see.
お前の鬼の血を研究すれば落ち水を改良できるんじゃねえかって。
Yeah. Stronger and more powerful than humans, they have rapid healing powers. Chikage Kazama, Kiyoshiranui, and Kyuju Amagira are among their numbers. Yes, and me. So there you go, Frank, that's the demon. It's very painful to see all of Soji's endings. I had to force Soji to endure the pain, and the scream is just the pain. Don't want to listen to it anymore. The scream? Okay. My blood?
もちろん俺は反対したけどな。
Of course.
成功の見込みがあるかわからねえ実験にお前を付き合わせるわけにはいかねえし。
What Heisuke said had troubled me because I had a suspicion that I was being watched as of late. Had that person been Sanan? Heisuke noticed me contemplate the implications of such a thing, and seemingly in response he pulled something from his pocket and to hand to me.
あのさ、これやるよ。
What? Not a weeb like you, Roma. Says the weeb. Frank, you're a weeb. Sanan, stay building away from me, please. Thanks, yes. What is it?
高堂さんが身分に残していった資料を読んだ松本先生が調合してくれたんだ。
Oh, that's my dad. Mibu is a settlement west of Kyoto. It was comprised of homes, farmhouses, and a single temple.
これを飲めばしばらくの間発作を抑えられるんじゃねえかな。
Wait, why are you giving me this? Really? But how in the world did Dr. Matsumoto... Frank, for the record, I'm autistic in my obsessive interest in anime. I mean, I'm also pretty interested in anime. I really want to read Horimiya something? No, Frank, he's just being annoying. Frank as usual, yes. He's just teasing Romo. How much anime do you watch, Romo? I feel like I probably watched more, no? Maybe? I had been under the impression that Dr. Matsumoto was firmly against researching the Furies.
まあ先生も気は進まなかったみてえだけど。
Rather be a weeb than a little bish. Oof. Oof. Nope, I've watched more proms. Just not a lot recently. Oh, I see. Yeah, me too. Like the past year, I don't even know if I watched anything past year. I watched like some movies, but that was pretty much it. I'm not even sure if there was anything interesting. This is a bish here, a little bish. I used to watch a bunch of anime, but I've stopped recently. Yeah, I hear that a lot of people have not watched anime in 2020 somehow, even though we were all stuck inside. Not sure why yet.
医者として目の前で苦しんでる人を放ってはおけないってさ。
Did you finish watching the prequel of Hakuoki? I see. Grabbed the medicine handed to me by Heisuke, and I placed it snugly into the pocket of my kimono. Bitter compound developed by Ryujin Matsumoto that was used to stifle symptoms of the Fury affliction. So I'll tell him to drink this medicine when he starts exhibiting symptoms, right?
あでも発作がひどくなると効かなくなってくるから、あくまでもその場しのぎでしかないってことは覚えておいてくれよな。
Okay. Understood. I'll keep this as a last resort.
そんじゃ俺用事があるからそろそろ行くよ。
But isn't this his? Did he just give me his stuff? Heisuke waved happily before turning around to walk back into the building. After a few steps, he seemed to have remembered something and he turned to face me again.
あのさ、はじめくんのことを。
Yeah, he's worried about Saito. Huh?
俺とか三男さんはなんだかんだ言ってずぶといところがあるけど、はじめくんはどんな時でも新選組が一番で、自分が本当にヤバい状況だってことにも気づかねえうちに倒れちまいそうな気がするから。
Sure. Prequel trilogy? The what? The what? I've been watching anime since I was 4. 4? Oh, wait, you mean like Pokemon stuff, or? You can get more? Oh, right, yeah. Once more, Heisuke bowed his head and walked away. He was right. Saito had quite the penchant for working himself to the bone. Saito. He was different than the other warriors. Heisuke's good boy, yeah he is. His tendency to prioritize both the Shinsengumi and, by proxy, Hichikata's orders was unwavering. Prequel trilogy is from Star Wars, bro. Oh, right, Star Wars. Of course, I watched that. Yeah. Very good boy, indeed. I'm very interested by him. His tendency to prioritize both the Shinsengumi... Oh, right, Of course, no one considered it to be a fault, per se, but... It was becoming increasingly difficult to ignore that his dedication was taking a toll on him. Saito sacrificed his humanity for the sole purpose of protecting me. So if there was anything I could do to alleviate his pain, even just a little, I would do it. Heisuke had just mentioned that father left some documents behind in Mibu. Perhaps if I were to visit my childhood home, I could uncover even more information about the Furies. That settles it. I would visit my home tomorrow. Okay. The very next day, I ventured on to the outskirts of Edo in order to locate my old place of residence. A bed of overgrown weeds covered the yard, giving me the impression that it was left undisturbed for some time. If I had to hazard a guess, Father's study would be the best place to look for clues about the Water of Life. But we already did that in the other route and there was nothing. Huh? So I crept inside the musty room. I saw what looked to be a moving shadow and I was startled. Oh no, did I just stumble upon a robbery? I nervously held my breath with my back against the wall, peeking slightly around the corner to see... Is that Dr. Matsumoto? A familiar voice called out from the room. Could it be? No, there was no way I could possibly mistake that voice. It was... Father, is that you? What? What? Wait, my heart suddenly sank in my chest as I called out to whom I assumed to be my father. The floor creaked ominously as the shadow approached me with slow, measured footsteps. After he stepped into the light, I saw him myself. It was... What? Wait, what? Father, this is terrible. Wait, what? Give my samurai man. Why is his bald ass here? Huh. I thought he was on the other side. What the? Ranker! Hi! Ranker, hi! Thank you for the sub for 9 months, thank you! Pika, oh my god, bear hug. Wait, why can't I see those? I know I have them. Why can I see mine but not yours? What? Anyways, hi Ranker, how are you? How goes it? Also, hi Yuka, how are you? Wait, so why is my dad? What the fuck? There stood my own flesh and blood. A wave of nostalgia crashed over me. Oops. Father! Oof. Father, go away. I want my samurai man. I actually don't want him to go away. Can he, like, help save people? I ran up to him instinctively, hugging his body tight for the first time in years. The faint smell of chemicals wafted from his clothes. A scent with which I was intimately familiar.
よく顔を見せてくれ。
Yeah, it's been 4
少し見ないう
years, right?
ちにずいぶん娘らしくなったな。
Yes. I was so overcome with feeling that tears began to form uncontrollably in my eyes. His warm, wrinkly hands reached to pat my head tenderly. Go away, Father, I don't trust you. Such a kind, familiar sensation. Suddenly I was thrust back to my childhood, lost in the illusion that the years since I'd last seen my father were all dreamt while I slept cozily in my futon. No bald man is trustworthy, that is true. I miss Saito already. Father, where have you been this whole time? His hands stopped their gentle patting. His smile, however, was as bright as ever. It was a smile I knew well, a fake smile. His lips moved with purpose as he spoke.
とある藩にかくまわれていたんだ。
A certain domain.
それよりもお前の話を聞かせておくれ。
Does he
今ま
even
で
know?
一
He
体どう
must
し
know,
ていたん
right?
だ。
As he desired, I told Father everything about my travels to Kyoto up until the current moment. I was under the watchful eye of the Shinsengumi, and all about what I had seen in their company. Oh, okay. I witnessed the crushing defeat of the Battle of Tobifushimi and our subsequent retreat to
な
Edo.
るほど。お前も辛い目に遭ってきたんだね。
Yes, and where have you been? No, not at all. Wait. But I cut myself off before I could continue. Because as I was recounting my stories of Kyoto to him, I suddenly remembered that all that Sen and Kazuma had told me. Oh yes, I had forgotten about that. Wow. Why are we telling him everything? I don't know. I don't know. If I were to ask Father about those things, then I was afraid of hearing such rumors to be true. In all honesty, I was deathly afraid. Okay, but this is no time to be afraid. The silence was deafening. After I stopped speaking, it was Father who broke the silence.
今日にいた頃、鬼と名乗る生き物たちと会わなかったかい？
Yep. We need answers. Yes, we do. His question cut directly to the point I had hoped so desperately to avoid. I stared back at him intently. After a pause, I nodded, despite my reservations. Yes, I did. In my travels, I encountered 3 men who claimed to be demons. Kazuma, Amagiri, and Shiranui. Somehow I had... Okay. Demon who wields impressive skill with a pistol. He is an agent close to the Shosu domain. Considers Shinsaku Takasugi a dear friend to him. Shinsaku... I don't know who that is. Oh, and there was a princess as well. Sen.
なるほど。では、もう彼らから聞かされているかもしれんな。
Yes.
私はね、お前の実の親ではないのだ。
Okay, I did not know that. His sudden confession rendered me speechless. This man wasn't my real father? The adoptive father of the protagonist, who, although a member of the Yukimura clan, isn't related to her by blood. Okay.
だが私は、お前を本当の娘のように思っている。
I don't like that face.
いや、実の娘以上に大切に育ててきたつもりだ。なぜなら。
Please tell me it's not to experiment on me, please. Please. His tone suddenly dropped, losing all pretense, and I sensed the darkness within him. Feeling something to be off, I looked at him quietly. What I saw was his usual stern expression, but it was colored a tad differently than I was used to.
なぜなら、お前は風間様の妻となる。
「 Honestly, why did I expect anything else? Run, bish, run indeed. Shove the old man over and get out of there. Yeah, I have a Kodachi.
鬼の一族を再興し、新たな子孫を生み出すための大切な存在なのだからね。
Why does he deadass look like a reptile, right? Father gets worse and the other routes just wait. Oh, great. Father? Lord Kazuma's wife? Did my ears deceive me? Did Father just refer to me as Lord Kazuma's wife? At first, I believed myself to be speaking to my father, but now this person to whom I was speaking seemed to be someone else entirely. Had Father always smirked so creepily?
これからこの国で大きな戦が起こる。
Yep.
徳川幕府は間もなく滅び、無秩序と混乱が日の本を覆うことになるだろう。人間どもが同族で争っている隙に、この国を我ら鬼の手に取り戻す。
Okay. Madness burned in Father's eyes as he made his grand proclamation. In this moment, I was reminded of something. There was a question I had asked him in the beginning of our unanticipated reunion. Father, where have you been all this time? Protected by a certain domain, he said. Silence. A silence so thick I could hear my heartbeat. Father's lips curled into a malicious grin before he muttered under his breath.
言ったじゃないか。とある藩にかくまわれていたんだよ。
Yeah?
今後、徳川幕府に代わってこの国を動かしていくことになる。薩摩という藩にね。
A haunting chill shot down the length of my spine and I backed away steadily from Father. The protagonist's missing father, who was secretly performing experiments upon the Furies in collaboration with the Satsuma Shoshu. Shoshu, yes. This man was not my father. He may look just like him. I was unsure of what had happened to him since, but I knew this much. He was a changed man.
さあ、来なさい。風間様の妻。この国の新たな始祖となるのだ。
Okay. No! Ooh. I hastily pushed. Oh, I thought I smacked him. Pushed Father aside and I sprinted for the exit out of the house. I have to escape by any means necessary. Whatever happened to change my father was still unknown to me. At the moment, I had no inclination to believe that he could possibly entertain a rational conversation. Until then, I'll have to return to headquarters. Just then.
こんなところにいたのか。聞き分けのない子だね。
Yes, we do need Saito, I suppose. Because this old man is too strong for me. Gah! How? From what I remember, he was far behind me inside of the house. How in the world could he have just appeared?
聞き分けのない子にはお仕置きをしなくてはね。
Father's eyes flashed a brilliant shade of gold. What was going on? Does he grow horns? There we go. Yep, Saito, come save me, please. Yep. Ugly bitch, yep. Something sharp began to split from beneath Father's forehead. It was the same inhuman horn that I had seen emerge from Amagiri's forehead all that time ago. So, can we do that too? Why? I was stunned in disbelief. Why are you stunned? What I was seeing, unworldly, was the only word I could conjure. Everything else, it seemed, was useless.
そうだろうな。鬼の血を引いているとは言っても、私の血はお前や風間様とは比べ物にならぬほど薄まってしまっている。鬼本来の姿になることすらできぬほど人に近づいてしまっているのだ。だが、落ち水が私の体に流れる鬼の血に活力を与えてくれた。
So that's what happened, I see.
そうだ。この美しき姿は
Water of life? Don't tell me you... If my ears weren't playing tricks on me, then Father truly drank the water of life of his own accord, yes. A demon who had consumed the water of life out of a selfish pursuit to become an unstoppable being, yes.
さあ来るんだ。そして風間様と共に新たな鬼の楽園を作り出そう。
Father, who by this point barely resembled himself, let alone a human, snatched at my wrists, and I let him without drawing my sword. No! I made a feeble attempt to swat his hand away, but he was much too strong for me to reject, of course. When are we getting our powers? Somebody please, anybody please help, Saito.
Yukimura, そのまま伏せろ!
That voice! I ducked reflexively, just as I was told. Is the head off? Then I heard the chilling sound of flesh being split open by the cold hiss of steel. Nani? Father's eyes widened angrily as he rancorously turned his back to see his attacker. Before him stood. Yeah, that's the real question here. Saito, my hero, yes. Saito, why are you here? Saito stared back at me sternly, shaking his head before turning to face my father. But his tone stung harshly, and without question, I stepped back as he suggested. All I could ask was, would he be alright? Saito possessed the strength and ability of a fury, but this battle would take place in sunlight.
やれやれ。親子の感動の対面を邪魔するとは。無粋な人だ。
Saito does not approve of our reckless actions. Yes, I don't approve either, so... Oh? Father let out a languid sigh before clutching what sounded like metal within his pocket. Then a silver twinkle glimmered in his hand. It was a handful of scalpels. Scalpels. Father fit them between each of his knuckles, then he began to shout manically?
いいだろう。落ち水によって手に入れた鬼の力。存分に試させてもらおうではないか。
As his voice bellowed loudly, Father shifted his feet into a fighting stance before whipping 8 scalpels towards Saito. Each scalpel was easily deflected by Saito with the swift flick of his katana. Then, Saito darted closely around my father to slash at his exposed shoulders. Jeez, he's bad. Both shoulders spewed ribbons of crimson blood that splattered across the bed of weeds below. Can we not kill him? This place is so gruesome I needed to cover my eyes, okay? He's good only in long distance, I see. But he just threw all of his knives away. Despite my feelings regarding my father's deception about our relationship, he was still the man who raised me, a father whom I had loved nonetheless, whatever. But scalpels can't exactly be used in a close distance fight, yeah, no. Now that he had become a fury, these wounds merely tickled his flesh before they immediately began to seal.
危ないところだった。もし落ち水を飲んでいなかったら、あっという間に殺されていただろう。
聞くつもりはないのか。今ので実力の差は理解できたはずだ。
Just as Saito had said, no matter what powers Father had gained, he had no background in swordsmanship, which meant that his newfound strength could only take him so far. Father, however, gave no indication that he was willing to relent so soon. Kazama and possibly Sen are the only demons who can turn into demon form at will. The rest are more or less dormant. Oh. Wait, what about Amagiri and the other guy? I mean, I don't know about the other gun guy, but I would assume.
くだと？これはいい。この国の支配者となる私がお前たち人間を恐れなければならない理由がどこにあるというのだね。
They can't too, they're special, I see. Father chuckled despicably as if drunk from his own power, and then he hurled more scalpels at Saito. Once again, Saito parried the flying scalpels. Just then, one scalpel in particular went back, bounced off of the tip of Saito's sword and ricocheted, to pierce the chest of my father. Crimson blood splattered over Saito's clothing, the metallic sting of which hit my nostrils. Ah, but the rest have to drink the water of life to turn into a demon? I see. I see. Being showered by that morbid shower of blood made Saito's face scrunch in pain. Suddenly, Saito's movements became strained, as if he were out of breath and he glistened with sweat. Oh no.
おや、どうしたのだね。先ほどに比べて動きにキレがないように見受けられるが、たったあの程度動いただけで疲れてしまうほど体力がないようにも見えん。ということは。
Then father's lips smacked mischievously. Hang in there, Saito. Yes, please. I don't know how to explain it as the game didn't explain it. Oh, I see. But I watched as Saito winced wryly, then he quickly covered his nose with the sleeve of his kimono. There was no mistake. It was...
なるほど。お前も羅刹となったのだな。
How is he okay? This is why I told you to just wait for Saito's right about the dad. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Another evil laugh echoed from father's booming voice, and he drove a scalpel into his right arm. Blood began to ooze slowly from the stab wound. So, am I just watching this? Kodo willingly drinks blood, and bloodlust won't affect him. Oh, I see. Although he himself had sustained no injuries, Saito clutched at his body with a warped facial expression.
血を飲みたくて飲みたくて仕方ないだろう。この血の甘さと温かさがどれほどのものか確かめたくはないか。
With each heavy breath, Saito stepped backwards, hoping to distance himself from father's blood. However, the scent had already done its work, and temptation had already begun trickling into Saito's frame of mind. His fingers could barely keep their grasp on the katana, which shook nervously. Like father said, Saito seemed exhausted, and his moves reflected that he couldn't subdue father like this. He raised you just to bury you off to Kazuma, yeah? Yeah, he did. Character, just do us all a favor and give Saito blood. Or draw your Kodachi and frickin' help Saito! Like, Jesus Christ. Ah, is something the matter? You do not look like yourself. Oh, right, he said that. Father smirked with glee, glancing at Saito to aim another scalpel before throwing it. Give Saito blood, Taga. Or I could just help him, but solace, whatever of it existed, was taken in Saito's speedy healing abilities, but it did little to soothe the sharp throb of a well-aimed stab wound. So if we could fight, if anything, would just get in his way anyway. Even tired? Gosh dang. Help, Saito! Yes, I want to help! Saito winced as thick, viscous streams of blood formed around the wound. Mustering whatever willpower he could, Saito dug his heels into the ground, pointing his blade at father. Battling under direct sunlight was enough of an arduous task for Saito, as the harsh rays burned the surface of Saito's pale skin. But Saito persevered, albeit desperately, to fight. Where did such inspiring strength come from? As I just sit here and watch.
しかし人の身で落ち水は口にするとは愚かなことをするものだ。お前たち人間の体は我々鬼とは比べ物にならぬほど脆い。落ち水を飲んで一時力を得たとしてもいずれは正気を保てなくなり、やがては人を襲うだけの化け物となり果てる定めだというのに。
Yep, that's us. や
よくもまあ修羅の道を選び取ったものだ。浅はかとしか言いようがない。
No! So, what would become of Saito? If all was as father stated, was Saito destined to become a wretched monster that feeds on the weak and the helpless?
ああだ、悲しいだろ。絶望しただろ。
Flip Yukura, at least Saito doesn't look like an ugly old ass mummy with a pedo face too, yep.
飲んだお前はもはや人には戻れん。人としての穏やかな暮らしなど望むべくもないのだ。
いらん世話だ。穏やかな暮らしなど敵地で刀を交えれば生きるか死ぬかどちらか一つ。命を惜し
Why
いと
couldn't he
思う
be
な
murdered like in the neutral
花か
route,
ら
right?
腰に刀など
But
刺
he
しは
got
せん。
murdered by Kazama. I wonder why. I guess it's because he was drunk with power and wanted to rule the country, right? Probably.
どこまでも強がりよ。いいだろう。どこまで本気なのか確かめさせてもらおうではないか。
Father drew another scalpel from his sleeve pocket. I... How's he getting those knives back? He just has like pockets full of knives. Kodo is hated by everyone. Damn, feels bad. Not really. Man, I would pick Unsheath my Kodachi, but you guys were like, if you do that, you'll just get in the way. And you guys are right, but... Taco, fun fact, Oh, right. Can you explain to me how this game works? What are the consequences of the choices now? In the other game, it was I gained points, right? Edo Blossom Saito route has 4 bad ends and then the unrequited ends. 1 good ending, right? One good ending. Please don't get a bad end. So, how are the choices impact? How are the choices impacting the bad end and good end? Is it like a point system, or you still get points in this game, but you also have to watch over the corruption meter? Oh wait, Sugary told me about this. I see. I see. How do we stop corruption then? By making the right choices? Is that what it is? By giving blood? Stop them from going insane. So basically, I have to pick the choice where he doesn't go insane? Would he go insane if I unsheathed my Kodachi? What if I kept the fate and then he got like stabbed a couple times? Can we go back in time with this? Yes, we can. Should I just keep going back? So we should stick with the answer? Okay. can, but I see. Taco, do you want to have faith in Saito? Yes, I do want to have faith in Saito. I also want to help, though, so... Yeah. Like, both of these answers are true. This is useless main character, right? This is useless main character. Yeah, main character is useless, yeah. I don't trust Burrito, yeah, me neither. If I were to act rashly, it would only serve as a detriment to Saito, yes. For now, I could only keep faith in his abilities. Then a sudden visitor chimed in. Huh? Is that Amagiri? Good answer, thank God. From the distance came a voice that startled father, freezing him in place. I knew this voice. It was... Oh, hey! It's a family thing!
天桐様。
すぐに戻れ。ここに来たことを風間に知られれば、お前はただでは済むまい。
ですが、あの男はすでに羅刹になってしまっています。このまま放っておけば、後々厄介なことになるのは明らかかと。それくらいなら今のうちに。
私は風間から。お前を連れ戻せと命令を受けている。
Second Pokemon is a Riolu named Amagiri. Ooh, kinda like Amagiri. Yeah, me too.
しかし。
もう一度言う。戻れ。
Amagiri's tone was biting. He glanced sharply at Saito, who had been still panting in quick breaths.
この男ならば我々が手を下さずともいずれ自滅する。人間としても、羅刹としてもな。それに行動。お前がこの娘に余計な手なしをしたことを風間に知られれば、義理の親子といえどもただでは済まるぞ。
True. Amagiri and Shiranui and Kazuma aren't bad. They seem bad because they're an enemy of the Shinsengumi. Also, Kazuma comes off as creepy. Yes, he does. But yeah, I also feel like they're not entirely bad. They're just enemies. A Pokemon who likes to name Saito. Pawnyard, of course. No, that would be Yamazaki. Rather contemptuously, father gazed at Amagiri as if on the cusp of a sharp retort, but he said nothing. Eventually, Amagiri nodded, and the two of them vanished like thin smoke into the mist. I see, so they do vanish. Saito let out a heavy sigh, showing relief as he sheathed his sword back into his scabbard. Saito, are you alright?
大したことはない。それよりも何故勝手に遁書を飛び出した。
Yeah, it has to be able to be in black too, yeah. So run by their own rules, they are demons, they think differently from humans, yeah. Probably an ice type or steel. Oh,
もし俺が後を追ってこなければ、そしてここに来ていたのが風間だったら、確実にあんたは連れ去られていた。俺が羅刹となった後も、昼間起き続けているのは何のためだと思っているのだ。
Saito's tone was cold, and I felt myself cower nervously from his implicit questioning. I apologize for causing you trouble.
詫びるのではなく、ここに来た理
We
由を
got
言
in
え。
Saito's way by literally getting out of his way. Yep, yeah, we did. Have Riolu already? Ice could work as a dragon type gym. My starter is weak to grass. Well, at first I contemplated how best to tell Saito, but I came here searching for clues on how to suppress the side effects that come with the Fury transformation.
何故だ。三男さんの命令で羅刹体の研究の手伝いでもさせられているのか。
No. It's just, you look like you'd been suffering in so in so much pain, Saito, and I wanted to help.
俺が
This response came unexpectedly to Saito. We did it!
いらん世話だ。別に辛くはない。
But I want to know what happens if I pick the other option, though. Do I get injured and then he goes crazy? I usually pick water starters. X and Y was the only exception. Usually go for fire. Which one was black and white? Was it Oshawott? It was, right? Yeah. Froki's bad. Is he bad? But he's so cool. Greninja, though. Greninja! He's in Smash! He must be good! I hate Froakie. Rip Froakie. Rip. What are the other ones? Is it Rowlet? No, that's Sun and Moon. Oh, it's Chespin and Fennekin or whatever, right? I would have picked Snivy, yeah. I would have picked Snivy too. Greninja is so annoyingly popular and bad, and I hate his design. What? But he's in Smash! I'm kidding. Yeah, I get what you mean. I saw like this cool anime fight with them though. With Ash. It looked cool. He overshadows the best boy, Fennekin. Fennekin is best boy. Chespin is so cute too. Not his evolutions that much, but Chespin is so cool. But just now, you looked like you were in pain when Father's blood sprayed on you earlier. You could not mention that.
あんたに一体何の関わりがあるというのだ
Because I care about you, Easy. It has everything to do with me. I mean, the reason you even have to suffer the consequences of being a Fury is because of me. I unconsciously tapped my Kodachi tied to my hip. If I recalled correctly, as we were leaving Osaka, Saito purposefully handed my Kodachi back to me. He indicated that if I were to use the sword with intent, that I would have his respect. But now, all Saito could bear to do around me was avoid my line of sight.
豚書を開けたまま来てしまった。もう用は済んだのだな。では戻るぞ。
Actually, I haven't done anything here. Oh! I turned to get one last look at my childhood home, but afraid to cause even more trouble, I rushed to follow behind Saito, who had already begun to saunter away. Just then... Saito? Man. I loved Oshawott since I was it. Wait, that playing game without one would feel too weird. Oshawott looks cute. He does look cute. Who is it? Who's the fire one? It's Oshawott, Snivy. Who's the fire one? Oh, is it the pig? The pig! Yes, the pig. The pig. I don't really like the pig. I'm in fear of what? Saito collapsed his knees and I sprinted up to him worriedly.
なんでもない。静かにしていればすぐ治る。
Why was that so loud? My heart! I'm also in fear, apparently. Plus, Oshawott is based off of samurais, and I wanted to name him after Hakuoki. True. That is true. Feed him. No! All of the color in Saito's face began to drain. In fact, he looked the furthest thing from fine. Sweat dripped from what seemed like every pore in his body, and his pupils dilated twice their size. He must need... You need blood, don't you? Are you having an episode right now? I was invited to a Zoom interview for my scholarship, and I thought it was a one-by-one thing, but no, there are 4 professors in there with me for this interview. Good luck, Sivian! Good luck! You got it! Oh god, why 4? Because they were all curious about this Sivian. Saito spit out a wad of saliva, refusing at first to confirm what I'd suspected. I know what they're gonna ask me, that's the problem. It's fine, you'll be fine. I'm a dumbass? No, you're a genius, Sivian. You're super smart. You're super smart. Just trust yourself. You got this. You got this. Go, Civi, go. Go, Civ. Oh, you don't like Civ. Go, Civian, go. Go, Civian, go. I believe. With strained movement, he began to clutch his breast tightly as a method of dealing with the pain. I had never seen Saito in a condition such as this. I'll bullshit through the first semester, genius my ass. No, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you did on your first semester. It doesn't change if you're smart or not. You got it. You got it. Believe in you, Civian. You can do it, Civian. People tend to be smarter than they think. Yes. Although some people are... Yeah. If you think you're dumb, then you're probably smart. And if you think you're smart, then you might be smart, but you might also be dumb. Is my conclusion. I feel like if you think you're smarter than average, you're probably smart. But if you think you're smart in general, then you're probably not smart. Because anyone smart would realize that they have so much more to learn. What if I'm dumb and I'm actually dumb? What if you think you're dumb? If you think you're dumb, that means you're probably smart, Romo. Sorry. Only a smart person would know they're dumb. You don't understand? It's really bad? No, Civian, you got it. Civian, you got it. Unless you are Romo? No, then you are really dumb. No. Mito! Mito! What's up? How goes it? There, Romo. Yeah, pat. Pat. Okay. Civian, you got this. Yes, you got this. If we remain out in the open, there was no telling who may stumble upon the two of us. Hurriedly, I grabbed Saito's arm and led him into the refuge of the house. What should I do? Is it early to give him medicine? Oh god. It's definitely not the third one. It's okay, I accept my dumbass, but Civian is not a dumbass at all. Romo accepts it. Romo, you're not a dumbass. Give him blood? Well, if Romo says so. Are we sure we don't want to give him the medicine that Hakuoki just gave us? Find blood to be the best one? Really? Always? Said meds is a last resort. Oh yes, that is true actually. That is true. I thought the same thing about the Kodachi, by the way. So, when it said unsheath my Kodachi, I was like, this is probably the right answer because as we ended the last game, Saito gave us the Kodachi. He was like, here you go. Here you go. Take this. Use it well. Now you're part of the Shinsengumi. I was like, he gave me that Kodachi. That means I should use it. But no. I'm alright. I don't know. And you? I'm pretty good. I'm a little scared, to be honest. This game scares me a little. And by a little, I mean a lot. There's the blood option, the medicine that is only temporary. To make him suffer option. Yes, that's not... Yeah. I don't think Burrito would be able to hurt her fake ugly father. Yeah, same. True. Taco, someone who never wants to see a corruption, and I do all I can to avoid it. After the first one I saw, Monka, yeah, I don't want to see it either. Because they'll have to die, right? Yeah. This Soji crying agony from his bloodlust. It's painful, yeah. Heisuke suggested the best way to cope with the symptoms was by drinking human blood. Let's give Saito a good end. How about we give everyone a good end? There was no time to dwell. I unsheathed my Kodachi, sliding the cold edge of the metal across the tip of my finger. Slowly, thick crimson droplets began to slide from the length of my finger before landing onto the wooden floor. I timidly offered my bloody My bloody finger to Saito, who had watched me sheepishly cut my own self. Saito, please drink my blood. Saito gave no reaction at first, and his brow furrowed as if he were wrestling in silent deliberation. Don't worry about this cut. I'm a demon. The flesh will seal itself in no time. That too. Yeah. Plus MC heals fast. Yeah. Please drink my blood. It never sounds good. No, it really doesn't. If you don't drink my blood, then you're only going to feel worse. Please, don't think of me. Please. How bad is it for someone to drink her blood? I watched Saito's mind work as I urged him to drink, and finally he eagerly grabbed a hold of my hand. He hesitantly pushed his soft lips against the open cut, sipping slowly at first before sips turned to deep gulps. His Adam's apple bounced rhythmically as he sucked with more force, and then his breathing calmed. Okay. First and only corruption end I saw was his gaze. Oh no! Eventually, without a sound, he pulled his wet mouth from my wrinkly fingertip. See, you look far better. I'm happy that you took the chance. Rip finger, yep. It's like Midorima from what's it called? Hero Academy. Saito's cheeks blushed. Oh, can we see? And he scurried off to the side to avoid making eye contact. Worth it for Saito, always. Nope, it's already sealed back up. Suppose having my powers comes in handy from time to time. There was a pause, and Saito scratched his head tepidly, thinking of ways to respond. He delivered his suggestion curtly before stepping out. I knew that he just couldn't help himself, but it was understandable to think that drinking another person's blood was something to which he still required some adjustment, yep. All it means is we're a good meat shield, yep. Of course, there was no better way to treat those awful symptoms, so I couldn't blame him at all. Is there bad repercussions to having people drink our blood? We're a blood bank, no? Yeah. So, I'm not sure when I would use the medicine. Huh. Saito and I safely returned back to our base.
Saito-san, Yukimura-kun, どこかにお出かけでしたか?
Oh, Shimada welcomed us back warmly, but I wasn't sure how to answer his question discreetly.
雪村がどうしても外せぬ用があるというので、共に出かけてきた。
So is he not full of blood?
それより仲が騒がしいようだが、何かあったのか?
On the contrary, since our blood is different, it's actually better. Sweet. No bad things from drinking blood. So why wouldn't you pick that option then? Because you don't know, or... Huh.
それが
Keeps
ですね、
corruption low.
近藤局長が戻ってらしたんですよ。
Oh. Why isn't his picture there? Oh, it's because it's about Chief, I see. Shinsengumi Chief, a position that oversees the administrative and strategic organization of the group. Kondo? Really?
ええ。これから合議が始まるそうなので、集まってくださいとのことです。
そうか。わかった。
わかった。
行く
The
ぞ、
idea of
雪村。
drinking blood means you're basically
局長
forcing
や
them to
副長
accept
を
they
お待
aren't
たせす
human
るわけに
anymore.
はいかん。
Yep. Okay, but to keep them alive, is that bad? I feel like, I don't know. I'd rather have them alive than have them drinking blood. Is that bad on them mentally, or like in the game, right? Is there like a bad thing that happens if they drink our blood, or like is it like do some people go crazy because of it, or nope? Interesting. Do you give the medicine if you want the unrequited one? Unrequited? Is it unrequited or unrequited? So unrequited first one or unrequited second one? Which one is it? Or is it none and I'm just pronouncing it wrong? Unrequited first, unrequited second. Which one is it? Do we know? Should I Google it? In the meeting room, Kondo, Hichikata, and the rest of the Shinsengumi captains had already gathered.
よし、これで全員揃ったな。
I
それ
wanna
では
say
合議を
second.
始めるぞ。
Unrequited. Okay. But you're not certain. Let me look it up then. Let me look it up. Google will know.
Unrequited.
Unrequited.
さ
Gotcha.
て、新政府軍との戦については諸軍らも気にかかっていると思うが、
Depends on them. Blood drinking keeps corruption low. The other options themselves don't change their emotional health. It's more like, morally, can we, the player, make them accept they're human when they might not like the idea? I see. I see. Now, they're not human. Yes, not human. Yeah. Now, as I
我々の
have
次の
already
戦は
heard that, yep.
甲府だ。甲府城で敵を迎え撃つこととなった。
Ieyasu Tokugawa established this castle as the last line of defense to protect Edo's borders.
トシ、説明してくれ。
俺たちが甲府に出向く目的は
It's the
新
whole
政
last
府
word. I
軍
mean,
に慶喜
God.
公の標準の意思を伝え
The 15th commander-in-chief of the Tokugawa shogunate, after resorting political power to the imperial court, restoring political power to the imperial court, he serves as the feudal lord of the Tokugawa clan, stripped of his previous standing.
奴らに立てつく連中から甲府を守るってことになってる。表向きはな。
だが真の目的は甲府城にて敵を迎え撃つことにある。もし今回の任務が成功したら我々に甲府城をくださるそうだぞ。ここは気合を入れて臨まねばな。
Are we thinking is this a suicide mission or what?
今日は他にも諸君らに伝えなければならないことがある。
Kondo crossed his arms, gazing around the room in proud awe at each of his men. It was clear that he was building anticipation, ever the master showman. I cherished the times when Kondo would show his more youthful, excitable side.
なんだよ。言いたいことがあるんならもったいぶらないでさっさと言ってくれよな。
長倉君はせっかちだな。そんな調子では城勤めなどできんぞ。
Kondo chuckled at his own remark before clearing his throat to resume his more official tone.
なんと今回の任務にあたって俺は若年寄格という身分をいただけることになった。若年寄といえば大名だぞ、大名。
Position in the shogunate government that was involved in supervising samurai below the rank of daimyo, as well as other vassals of the shogun. Okay, don't know what that means. Hi, Tako's fiance. No, I'm sure you missed him. No.
さらには大久保剛という新しい名前まで頂戴してきた。どうだ、勇ましいだろ。
Wait, a new name? So is he not Kondo anymore? Kondo blushed bright red with glee, and I had never seen him so enthusiastic before, but none of the other captains, Nagakura especially, seemed to share in his enthusiasm. Surprisingly, all of them looked dejected, as if they were given something bitter to eat. Wait, I'm confused.
というわけで早急に甲府行きの支度を進めてもらいたい。
I really dislike Kondo. Wait, I'm confused. What happened?
我々が幕府の方々にどう評価されるかは諸君らの働きにかかっているからな。それでは本日は解散。
As soon as the assembly finished, Kondo walked with a spring in his step, whistling as he exited the room. Wow, Kondo sure is elated to have been given us such an honorable promotion. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen Kondo that happy before.
近藤さんはもともと小さな道場の道場主だったからな。働きを認められ、大名に取り立てられたとなれば浮かれもするだろう。
So if we win this battle, Kondo mentioned that we could keep Kofu Castle. So if that were to happen, then it would mean you and the other captains would start working within the castle, right? It was hard to imagine for a person like me who had been born into a civilian life, but for a reason I couldn't place, Saito felt less than thrilled about this prospect, and I felt bad.
俺には城勤めなどできん。できるのは人を切ること。
After saying that, Saito's eyes thinned, and he gazed towards the sky, which was empty of stars. Actually, we're inside, but... Thinking about it then, I wondered how Saito himself came to join the Shinsengumi. I've been working with him for so long, and I realized I barely know who he is. But if I were to make the effort in asking him, then I'm sure he wouldn't have given a straight answer. Really? Huh. Was a terrible leader? It's not... He doesn't deserve that position. Rip.
俺は一度たりともあの人の家来になったつもりはねえぜ。大名だかなんだか知らねえが、舞い上がるのも大概にしてくれってんだ。
3、40年前ならいざ知らず、今の幕府にもらった身分じゃな。
Neither Nagakura nor Harada seemed excited by Kondo's news. Saito, I had noticed, seemed fixed on the two of them as they ranted, wearing his usual expressionless gaze. War was about to erupt. I prayed that everyone would return safely. Scary. Is that the end of the chapter? It is. Alright, well I think we stop here, yeah? Chapter 1 was so short, actually. No? Because I played the other game first. No, let's not stop. Let's not stop. Is there a good stopping point soon, or no? Why stop? Well, I would have stopped and then did a Smash tournament. I can keep going if you guys want. Should I keep going? No, but keep going anyway. Wait, can you really not think of a good stopping point soon, or like actually no good stopping point? I can keep going, but if you don't, I'll extend the stream myself. So we need more content for her interview. Wait, so when is your interview? I'm confused. Wasn't it like, I thought it was right now. But then you're still here. Okay, let's keep going then. Let's keep going. Tomorrow from 1:30 to 2. Your time, right? What time is it right now? I think you're like 2 hours behind me, right? Is it 1? So is it 5 or 4? 5, yeah, okay. So then it is at my 2:30. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okie dokie. 1 hour behind, yes, 1 hour behind. Wait. Is the torture over? Nope, not over, Frank. 6 hours behind, yeah. I have a crippling fear now, because I'm looking up like common scholarship interview questions and can't answer any of them because I don't know what I want to do with my life. I see. Wait, so what are you studying in right now? Okay, I keep going, Freaking Frank. Frank, I will stream Genshin tomorrow night. Most likely. So... keep your eyes on it. Keep your eyes on the prize. No Hakuoki? Not tomorrow, no. I'm not supposed to stream on Fridays, but Frank and Mito have been asking for forever. So I'm gonna do it tomorrow since I missed yesterday anyways, so at least I'll have the same amount of stream days. No Hakuoki tomorrow, sorry Simeon. Unless I stream both, but I can't watch on Sunday or Saturday. So actually I don't stream on Sunday. You don't do a Hakuoki on Monday, no. What is Saturday? Saturday... So I can't play Hakuoki because... Oh wait, should I do Genshin on Saturday then? No, it won't be marbles on Saturday because we haven't reached the goal unless we reach it tomorrow. Yeah, we didn't reach marbles. So then, we probably would have reached it, but I missed yesterday, so sorry. Sorry. I was really exhausted yesterday. 3 Hakuoki streams, 2 this week since we skipped a day. Yes, yeah. It's because school started, so I can't stream like as much as I want. And then I can't stream on Sundays. And then on Monday I stream Tales. And then on Saturday we usually stream Marbles. We never gonna finish Hakuoki? You think so? I mean, it'll take a while, but... I mean, we finished Fire Emblem. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? But yeah, I mean, I don't have really any plans of stopping my stream like anytime soon, so it's just playing games and hanging out with you guys, so if not Marbles, then Genshin or Hakuoki. I cannot stream Hakuoki on Saturday because Sivian can't watch. Lost all my hope the moments I learned. I've been waiting for more than a year for this, yeah. Yeah, I'm so slow. Genshin. You won't be awake, Frankie, on Saturday. How Glaceon. Ooh. You can stream Hakuoki on the next coming Saturdays. I can. Because I'm back on campus. Oh, right. Well, if we don't reach marbles for the Saturday, then I will stream Hakuoki, yes. But yeah, because that's the thing, right? So I usually stream marbles on Saturday and then Tales of Symphonia on Monday. And then I need time for my classes and my homework. And then I have 3 more streams of Hakuoki during the week. So I stream, every stream is 3 hours-ish. And then I stream 5 times. So I stream 15 hours per week. Anyway, game first. Yes, game first. Yeah, I stream 15 hours per week. With school, it's like probably my limit. Don't doubt me, big mistake. Frank could be sleeping. What are you gonna do, Frank? Monka. Okay, springtime brought with it the bloom of new life. Wow, I can't read anymore. It's been too long. The Shinsengumi had renamed themselves as the Koyo Regulatory Company and departed from Edo. What? Name bestowed by the shogunate onto the Shinsengumi prior to their mission to capture and hold Kofu Castle as a temporary means of legitimizing their organization. I see. Sanan and Heisuke decided to stay behind in Edo along with what remained of the Fury Corps. My first assumption was that I would remain behind with them, but for some reason, Hijikata saw fit to command me to march beside the Koyo Regulatory Company. Expect the unexpected. Can catch Eevee in the wild and black too. I can send it to black and evolve it with an icy rock and then send it to back. What the? Do it, Sugar? Yeah. Actually being up early. Expect the unexpected, him being up early? No, so I'll stream Genshin tomorrow night, Frank. Tomorrow night. So late. So there's no need to get up early. Saito was assigned to watch over me, making this experience altogether not much different than how things had been while we were in Edo. Wait. Saito's going? There was one rather large change, however, which which was...
しかしまさかこの俺が様相で戦うことになるとは思わなかったぜ。
土方さんは新しいもの好きだからな。
Damn,
銃を
they're
持った奴
handsome.
らとの戦いにはこっちの方が都合がいいってことだろう。
Frank's gonna get up early tomorrow.
着るのには苦労したけどな。特にこのボタンってやつの使い道が最初はさっぱりわからなくて。
Shinpachi? Shinpachi, so you admit your fiance looks handsome? Notice how I said that after Harada appeared and not when Nagakura appeared? He's finally being truthful. Nope. Nope. After embarking from Edo, many of the men were given a new Western-style uniform to wear. No need for me to wake up early. No need for you to wake up early. Takuma and Shinpachi also, right? Definitely not. There you go. Lies. Nope. Maybe a charge art for Soji, so I can breed in black and trade over an egg to black too. My god. Clearly, we're just taking a moment to absorb his handsomeness looks. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Handsome look. Nope. Found them rather dashing, despite how form-fitting all the accessories and garments were compared to Japanese clothing, but everyone had their doubts. Hey, Saito, how do those tight sleeves fit on you? Are they hard to move in? Show me. Damn. Damn. No, 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 no. Not Shinpachi, Saito, yes. I think these clothes have buttons instead of sashes to fasten things together. This had been my first opportunity to see Saito adorn his Western uniform, but I had to say he looked quite handsome. Yes, he did. Oh, rip Romo. We lost Romo. Does Taco think Shinpachi's handsome? Sure. Nope. 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 Soji in his Western uniform is amazing. Do we get to see him this route or no? Of course, I was a little taken aback to see that he had cut inches off of his hair, but... Oh, he did? Saito, rather unsurprisingly, was difficult to read, and I wasn't sure if he was upset by it or not. Huh? I want to see Soji also. Man, Saito's so cute. He is. Soji is just so sweet. Saito, I think you forgot to button those last two right there. Oh. Maybe, but I think those two holes are there so that you can slip those last two buttons in. I think you've missed a couple. His design, yeah. Damn, does he love teasing us? I want to see, actually. Hearing this, Saito quietly dropped his eyes to peek at the aforementioned buttons on his new coat. His cheeks flushed with color as he bit his lip. Oh, I can do it right now. I'm so sorry. If it doesn't bother you, then don't worry about it. It's fine either way. He was blushing, Romo! Judging by his we lost her again. Judging by his reaction, it seemed getting Saito to feel comfortable would be like pulling teeth. He's not used to buttons at all, yeah. Now that I think about it, I haven't seen Kondo around recently. Did he not join our convoy?
近藤局長でしたらまだ日野のあたりにいらっしゃると聞いていますが。
Damn, it looks good too. A rural town located on the edge of Koshu Kaido, beside Bushu in Tama. It is the location where Hijikata was raised and it is famous for its inn. Okay. Hino.
どうせ新入り大使と宴会でもしてるんじゃねえの?
Someone's fancy boy, yeah he is. If he does that more often, I don't think he'll be alive for long. Uh-oh.
さく、何考えてるんだろうな。あの人、今回の甲府行きを旅行が何かと勘違いしてるんじゃねえのか?
そう言ってやるなって。
Does Tak only have eyes for Shinpachi? Who knows? I know, actually. The answer is, I have no eyes for Shinpachi.
久しぶりに嫁さんや娘にも会いてえだろうし、故郷に錦も飾りてえだろうよ。
俺は別に宴会そのものに文句つけてるわけじゃねえよ。時と場合を考えてくれって言ってるんだ。
I mean, he's kind of right though. Lies, no. You have all the eyes for Shinpachi? No, definitely not. Oh, rip the gamble. Rip. 1-1 rowboat today? Nagakura's sour rant consequently made the mood around his general vicinity lower, especially for some of the new members. See? Stop. I stuck a glance over at Saito, who was walking quietly beside me, his stride almost step for step with mine. Although he wouldn't have been one to express much, I noticed his brows locked in a furrowed position. There was something heavy on his mind. Something heavy. Nope. Rip. Rip. It's okay. Maybe the next one, right? Eventually, Hijikata loudly barked at the convoy to halt from the front, stopping to face us.
大丈夫か、雪村。そろそろバテ始めてるんじゃねえか。
What, me? I'm fine, thank you.
悪いな。いきなり俺たちに同行させることになっちまって。
Why did you do that? Got it 30 last times? I got 30 last time? Wanna buy one? Pog! Oh, I don't mind at all, but I wondered, is it really okay for me to be marching out here with you guys? I mean, I'm just a little worried that I could be a distraction on the battlefield. Hichikata's expression turned glum. He seemed to stroke his chin absent-mindedly, lost in a deep thread of concentration. Did he not want to leave me with the Furies? Is that what happened? This is what I'm talking about? Why is Hichikata the only one leading? Why doesn't Kondo lead? Alright, he's a useless leader. Yeah, he's a figurehead.
俺もできれば江戸で留守番させてやりたかったんだがな。今のお前を一人で屯所に置いておくのは危険すぎる。
Yeah.
戦場まで連れてきた方がかえって安全ってもんだ。
Dangerous. Then Saito chimed in.
三男さんのことですか。
さすが察しがいいな。その通りだ。近頃あの人の様子がどうもおかしい。
Real weird, I see. Well, I could just give him some
余裕を
blood.
なくしちまってるっつうか。羅刹の本性をむき出しにすることが増えちまったっつうか。
Scratching at the walls? Wait, what does that mean? Does it actually mean scratching at the wall? What? Ew, Sanan, yeah. I was unsure of what to say. I, too, had experienced suspicious interaction with Sanan that left me a little more uneasy than I would have liked.
お前を屯所に置き去りにしといて、取り返しのつかねえ事態になっちまっても困るから。
Sure. Knowing Sanan, he might drain us of all the blood in our body.
いろいろ面倒事は多いが、一緒についてきてもらうことにしたんだ。すまねえな、付き合わせちまって。
Oh, please don't worry about me. At first, Hichikata's sudden orders confused me, especially because I was certainly no warrior, but... Can't even imagine his route, yeah. It appeared as though he had a lot to think about, which was understandable in his position.
副長、一つお知らせしたいことが。
Suffer Taco. Oh no. Like he said, he only wanted a small sample, but he brings out a whole ass katana, yes.
なんだ、斉藤。
新八と佐野が今回の甲府での戦について多大な疑問を抱いている様子です。特に近藤局長の行動について。
Hijikata gave a wry smile.
疑問つうより不満だろう。そりゃ俺も気づいてたよ。これから戦だってのに、局長が宿に入り浸って酒かっくらってたんじゃ、あいつらが腹を立てるのも当たり前だよな。
Yep.
ただこのご時世、普通に募集をかけたところで大使なんて集まってこねえ。酒やら給金を目の前にちらつかせて関心を買わねえ。
Oh, so he's recruiting people, I see. What? In the past, I was somewhat ignorant of the recruiting methods, but are men who are more easily swayed by the promise of alcohol and money the kinds of men our leaders expected to fight tooth and nail for the Shinsengumi?
率直にお聞きします。副長は今回の戦、
城にこもって戦えばまず負けはしねえはずだ。
城をということは野戦になった場合は。
Shinpachi's favorite? Am I supposed to say no? Yo, the PogChamp is pretty cool today. The PogChamp's pretty cool.
お前は本当聞いてほしくねえことばかり聞いてくれるよな。野戦になりゃ勝つのは相当難しくなるだろう。
Doesn't mean he isn't his husband, though. So he's not my favorite, but my husband?
今回
I
の
see
戦
how
に
it
あたっ
is.
て
I see how it is. Who's my favorite then, huh? Who's my favorite? Pochi.
薩長が使ってやがる新型の武器にはどうしたって歯が立たね
え。では今回は負け戦になると。
そうならねえよう努力はするさ。近藤さんにはなるべく負け戦なんて経験してほしくねえ。とはいえ人も武器も急ごしらいで臨む戦だからな。
They're just in marital dispute right now. Exactly. They're back together soon. Oh god. I hate how it's true. Hichikata turned his somber eyes to face the cumulus clouds bunching into clusters overhead. Then, after a deep sigh, he faced Saito and me.
こんな話を新八や原田に聞かせるわけにはいかねえだろう。勝つ保証はねえが死ぬ気で戦ってくれなんてさすがに言えねえよ。俺でも。
This was the first time I'd ever seen Hijikata express a moment of vulnerability. It was so unlike him to admit that the odds were stacked against him. On top of this, how often had he found himself unable to show honesty to any of the captains, men, that he spent many, many years fighting alongside? Rip? Saito was stoic. He gazed back at Hijikata with the face of a docile servant.
お気持ちをお察しします。相変わらず憎まれ役がお上手で。
ま、それが俺の役回りだからな。
See, so those two are quite close, huh? What? Later, we were encamped just off the trail, and within the tent, I laid awake restlessly. Sanan Tako's favorite then? Sure! Oh god. Yeah, as if. Hichikata's rather hopeless confession wouldn't stop stirring repeatedly in my head. Ew, yeah. From the corner of my eye, I saw Saito's sudden movement as he quietly exited the encampment. Wonder what's wrong. Did he have business to attend to? We're in the middle of the forest. Maybe he just wanted to pee. I didn't know Taco swung that way. Taco reconsider. Okay, listen. I'm fairly certain that Sanan is my least favorite. Oh, I can't see the other ones. Okay. Mid? Wait, how's it mid? How's the corruption mid? Huh? Is there no way to avoid that? Oh, no. Wait. Say it ain't so. Wait, what? Is there actually no way to avoid that? No way to avoid. Oh, okay. Although it would have been better for me to leave him be, I was concerned that it had something to do with his health or condition, so I went to follow him. Oh, hi.
雪村先輩、どうしたんですか?
I need to go pee. I'm worried about Saito. I'm going to make sure he's okay.
そっとしておいた方がいいんじゃね? もしかしたら副長と何か話でもあるのかもしれねえし。
If that were the case, then I'd come right back. Do either of you mind keeping watch for me? With that, I ran after Saito. Oh, okay. Did they say yes or like what? Where did he go? He's just peeing. We're spying on him. Ah, there he is. Saito stood alone in the middle of an open patch in the forest, silently staring towards the clear sky. They can't say no if you run off. I'm pretty sure they can follow me, though, which would be bad. Get a chance to give blood again, though. Great. Very good. Yes, very good. Give him all the blood. Yes, very good. The stars glowed intensely as if they were all on course to rain down upon him, and he stood mesmerized. He was as expressionless as ever, but his shoulders slumped below the twinkle of his melancholic eyes, a lonely display, I thought to myself. Just then, I stepped on a twig, yes. Oh! I accidentally brushed a branch, rustling the leaves behind which I was hiding.
そこにいるのは誰だ?
Who do you think it is? Saito's sharp voice cracked the silence.
10数える間に姿を現せ。さもなくば、切る。
He must have thought I was an enemy soldier spying on him. His tone was biting, and I could hear his hand wrapped around his katana's hilt. Wait, it's me. Surprise! Yup, we're just stalking you. Hi. At once, I leapt from behind the shrub. When Saito had realized it was me, his expression became sullen.
何故一人で陣を出てきた。先日のことを何も反省していないようだな。
Oopsies. I'm sorry. It's just that I had a lot on my mind and I couldn't fall asleep. And then I saw you leaving the camp, so... Saito hadn't reacted one bit whatsoever, keeping his stoic eyes locked on me as I explained myself. Is Burita a stalker? I would say no. I would say yes. Eventually, he just turned to look at the moon, gazing quietly at the soft, tender light. Why did you come here? Did you need some fresh air? Is Burita useless? Most likely, yes. Saito didn't respond. Instead, he continued to stare into the sky, and his eyes thinned as if the stars were shining too brightly. The bot can be right, yeah, sometimes. Surely, Saito was consumed with thoughts that tightly coiled within his heart. It's because that one is just like impossible to deny. Nobody can deny that one. Not even 8-Ball. On the contrary, like Soji said, we're just so in love we can't keep our eyes off of him, so we follow him. Oh. Doesn't that still make us a stalker? Wait. Surely Saito was consumed with thoughts that tightly coiled within his heart. I felt a little guilty for interrupting this moment of solace, but... Solace? Solace. So what do you think, Saito? About what Hijikata said earlier, I mean. Not much to think. Well, if things go the way Hijikata predicted them to, then we might end up losing this time around, right? Yes, it does, but stalker with consent. Oh, I see.
我々の持つ武器はあくまでも旧式のもの。新型の兵器を駆使する薩長の部隊には到底歯が立たん。しかも今回共に戦う新入りの大使たちはどれも銃などまともに扱えぬ輩ばかりだ。
Then why don't they find swordsmen?
人を殺めたことがある者が何の咎めもなしに市中を往来していると思うか。道場剣術がどれほどうまくとも実戦では何の役にも立たん。
True, because that's our case. If Taco gets Soji's bad, and I will make him say something about Shinpachi in French. Oh god. Soji notices we're stalking him and doesn't care, then so be it. Stalking with consent. Interesting. Perfect idea. No, it's okay.
戦いにおいて寛容なのは人を切ることができるかどうかだ。
Saito was right. It didn't matter how many men we recruited. Without actual experience in the battlefield, we may as well have been sending men to their graves. Having both Hijikata and Saito describe in great detail just how dire our situation was, awoke within me a potent, depressive hopelessness. Aren't you scared, Saito? Entering the battlefield knowing that defeat could be likely? You might die. Ironically, Saito seems more like a weapon than Soji is. Yeah, ironically, because Soji is supposed to be the sword. In my heart, I realized how futile this question might have sounded, especially to someone like Saito who, on numerous occasions, came face to face with death. Yeah, he serves. He was a man who, without a shred of doubt, accepted death as his companion a long time ago. It was a bravery that I could not fathom. His answer, perhaps unsurprisingly, was delivered indifferently. But he added something that I was not expecting.
信じているものを見失うのは恐ろしい。
I see. Which is becoming a fury, right? What you believe in. His words were so obscure that it was difficult for me to extract any kind of meaning from them. I think it's Kondo's fault, but for the better, Soji would do anything Kondo asks of him. But since Kondo loves Soji like a son, he doesn't nearly as many of the harsh orders. Isn't nearly? Wait, I think there's a word missing, no? He doesn't nearly as... Give. He doesn't nearly give as many of the harsh orders. Yeah. After a calm pause, Saito looked me in the eye, taking a deep breath before asking me a question.
武士の別の呼び名を知っているか?
No. Other name? You mean like samurai? Saito shut his eyes and slowly shook his head.
左差し。武士が刀を刺すのは左の腰だからな。刀を刺した侍はどんな狭い道でも左端を歩く。武士の魂たる刀を他人に触れさせたくはないからな。
Huh? But you're left-handed. Saito kept his sword on the right side of his hips, and he always unsheathed with his left. So giving it a second of consideration, I don't think I've seen anyone other than Saito who kept their sword to the right on the right side.
俺は生まれつき左利きだ。そのせいでどの道場に行っても免状や切り紙など受け取ったことはない。
License is a document signifying mastership of all disciplines within a particular martial art, awarded to a student by their master. A preliminary letter of military exemption. Its name comes from the tiny silver sliver of parchment onto which it is printed. I see. It's like a diploma.
竹刀を握った瞬間、まず部長訪問と持ち方を正され
The what?
その繰り返しだった。だがそんなことを言った連中で俺に勝った者はただの一人もいない。師範代、目録、大層な肩書きを持った者でも打ち合えば無名の俺に負ける。
Assistant instructor, secondary educator in martial arts classes who leads exercises rather than develops curriculum. What? Can also be a title given to a master teaching a specific pupil. I don't know what that means. Cute?
では本物の強さとは一体何だ?
The left-handed?
昔の俺はそんなことばかり考えていた。
It comes from your beliefs. Saito muttered to himself nonchalantly. However, learning how much he had overcome told me just how much this question meant to him. For years? So does that mean you found an answer? Saito fell silent. Without another word, he unsheathed his sword. The cold, shimmering moonlight reflected off of the blade.
簡単なことだ。
Can we get a CG?
真剣で
Can
切
we
り合
get a
っ
CG?
勝
CG?
った
Anybody?
方が
No?
強い。
No CG? Okay.
単純にして明快な答えだ。260年続いた太平の世で侍同士が切り合いをすることなどめったになくなってしまったが、それでも
It's
侍
nice to
とい
learn
うの
new
は
things, yeah.
刀を振るうのが本分だったはずだ。俺はそう考えていた。
Saito's eyes glowed from the shine of the little lit blade, but they still carried a thick darkness behind them. A tingling chill ran down the length of my spine.
だが、そう思っていたのは俺だけだったようだ。
I see.
新選組ができる前、ある旗本の指定に果たし合いを申し込まれ、その相手を切り殺したことがある。
Bro, Frank, what's up? What? Hatamoto was one of the elites in our society. To kill one of them in a duel, I imagine, would have been a serious offense.
俺が果たし合いに勝ち、その相手は負けた。
I see. Do you even know what burrito means? What do you mean?
だが勝ったはずの俺は罪に問われ、
Wait, what do
史
you
跡
mean?
を剥奪されて武士の証を失った。武士というのはもともと人を切るのが役目だったはずなのに、実際に切ると罪人と呼ばれる。
Burrito's a donkey, bro? Wait, really?
こんな矛盾した
In
話がある
Spanish?
か。
What the?
その頃の俺は
What the?
そう考えていた。
Oops. Oops. The weight that Saito put behind each utterance of warrior was so heavy, as though his life was formed and guided by those standards alone. Frank knows Spanish. Yeah, Frank is Mexican, so Spanish is his first language. Also, hi Braun, what's up? Hi, Brom. How are you doing? Doubt sadly that I would be able to find many who would find themselves in agreement with them. I had no idea. Yeah. Oh, was I not supposed to say that? Whoops. I think everyone knows, though. I mean, most people know. I got my my first hint that Frank was not American because he would say football instead of soccer. Ahoy, Rom. What's up? Bura? Wait, what is Bura? Despite having an unparalleled talent, he had no one to validate said talent. A frustrating fact, indeed. His tragic lack of support instigated him to rely on his own measures for both strength and honor, for validation, which were tricky to navigate. You need to find a new name, bro? I don't know. American football, where you use your hands and an egg instead of a ball. Yes, indeed. Yep. The classic. For once, I caught a glimpse of the bitter loneliness that he had been nursing for most of his life.
だが新選組の皆は勝つために、目の前の相手を殺して己が生き残るために刀を振る。それは俺の思い描く武士の姿と
Egg ball, yeah.
よく似ていた。
Who watches that shiz? I watch it. Sometimes. I watch pretty much every sport there is. Hockey being my favorite.
司令官で皆に会った時は初めて話の通じる相手に巡り合ったと思ったものだ。
Esports lately has been quite delightful for me. Tennis, best sport in the world. Then football. And when you say football, you mean the actual football, yes. A dojo in Edo that taught the Tenin Rishin style of swordsmanship. It was owned by Isami Kondo, 4th generation head. Many of the Shinsengumi studied, trained, or lived there. See. Watch everything, but only when there's something big going on. Example, World Championships or Olympics or something. I see. Yes, the real football. Yes. Yo, how's Nepali doing, Frank? Oh no. Hearing Saito's story made me finally realize. Ouch. Oh, that is third in the Serie A, bro? Wait, they're third? I thought they lost in the finals. Weren't they second? What do you mean, bro? They lost the Super Copa yesterday. I know. I know. I saw that. Burra is donkey in Spanish, feminine, while burro is masculine. Wait, so what about burrita? Frank lied to us. That cup doesn't mean anything? Oh, okay. If you say so. Game, don't leave Saito. Yeah, I would never leave Saito. All that gave him strength and brought him strife. The Shinsengumi was the shelter and the system of support that he needed. Give me Saito. It's okay, I can stop when he's on screen. You guys can stare at his pretty face.
だがどれだけ多くの人間を切り殺しても薄気味悪がられ恨まれこそすれ感謝されることなど絶対にない。
It's just a quick way of getting money. It doesn't affect the Serie A. Doesn't affect the Copa, but they lost to somebody, right? So that means they're not the best. Talk, my mom is good at finding out things in Spanish. Ooh. Nepali, bro. What's up, Darko? How goes it? Soji kills a lot. Note. Yep. They lost to Juventus. Who is that? Saito rotated the blade to make his reflection visible, and he gazed longingly at himself. Taking a closer look at his sword, I realized that it was quite thinner than some of what the other men had. I suppose he sharpened his blade religiously, wearing it out in combat until it was of no use at all. If what he said about his amount of kills were true, then this must have happened dozens of times. You know who Cristiano Ronaldo even is, bro? Yes, I know who that is. What the fuck? Everyone knows who that is, I think. My college put me into a junior level Spanish class. I'm a Frenchman. Oh. Huh. Why? He plays in Juventus? Oh, I see. So are they good then? Yeah, good luck, CV.
切り合いでは誰にも負けぬ
You
は
can
ず
always rely on Frank,
血
you
生
know?
臭い剣技だけが
He'll tell you wrong things. One of the best teams in Europe, I see. Apparently scored well in my Spanish placement test. Oh, nice. I gasped. When Saito drank the water of life, he said it was in order to protect me, but perhaps more than that, he was afraid of confronting what defeat could mean to himself, which served in the greater interest of preserving his pride. So, this is what gave Saito the will to continue. The
しか
will.
し時代は変わった鍛え抜かれた剣の技よりも幼獣の方が多くの人間を殺すことができる
Frank is very reliable. Are we sure? Are we sure about that? That I took early on before I forgot all his. Oh, rip. It's okay. You can learn it back. You got this. You've won the Italian championship like 7 years in a row or something. Jeez Louise. They just suck at Champions League. But it's the same game, isn't it? She helped someone from Mexico with English and was taught some Spanish. Is good at using knowledge to figure things out. Nice. I'm really bad at Spanish for some reason. English is like very natural to me, but Spanish just did not work. Even though Spanish is closer to French than English is, I don't know why I can't learn Spanish. Cavs is also good at Spanish. Ooh. Everybody's good at Spanish. No, it's not the same game? Wait.
武士が刀を持つ意味も俺が爪を研ぎ続ける意味もなくなりつつある
Champions League is the continent's championship? Okay. Where the best clubs of each country play. Better start playing Hakuoki in Spanish. You'll learn in no time. Oh god, no. Oh god, no. I have to like have a dictionary by my side. But Kabi's Kabi? What does that mean? What does that mean? Saito bitterly bit into his lips, sheathing his sword back into his scabbard. It's Kabi, that is true. That is Kabi, yes. For him, wielding the sword was the single most important honor any man could have. So you mean like, you don't rely on others, Sivian? Who is Kabi? You keep asking that, Frank. Isn't Kabi that game where you have to yell Kabi all the time? What? I have not heard that before. But the age of the blade was coming to its end, yes. Beyond facing death or accepting the burden of becoming a fury, Saito's very way of life was threatened by the passage of time, inevitable deluge of change beyond himself. Right, don't remember how. Kaz's worms, yes. Worms for bird brains. Sing caballo whenever we pass horses since I was young. Yes, caballo. I know what caballo is. Somewhere in between playing tag and playing rugby. Really? I have never heard that before. This doesn't make anyone nervous, but to Saito it meant a total reevaluation of the truths he had held dear for the entirety of his life. What could I possibly say to him? Oh no. Oh no. It is what it is, maybe you're right. I mean, I want to console him, but for some reason she picked worms for bird brains, yes. Yes. Kevin's in a Hispanic household, so of course she's gonna know Spanish. Oh really? I didn't know. That's why Civi could always ask. If Civi wants help. It's an interesting name, yes. Worms for bird brains, yes. I want to console him, but I feel like... I don't think you're right to think that there's no honor left in serving as a warrior. Oh, is that what he meant? Saito quietly stared back at me as I spoke. Inoue told me a warrior would never turn his back on his promises, nor would he make a woman cry. Regardless of whatever generation of warrior exists, the values of honesty, kindness, and strength will always continue to be passed on. Or do you believe that these two will become obsolete in the new era? Kaz is also Mexican? What the? I did not know that. Interesting. Again, Saito had no response, and instead he tepidly shook his head. Those doubts still seemed to linger within him.
だがゲンさんは
Again. His voice was barely audible. Who's Gen again? However, he did not complete his thought. Once more he glared at the empty nothingness above us.
いや何でもない
His tone was perhaps intentionally more curt than usual. Wait, so was I supposed to pick the other answer? Rip. Maybe I was the wrong person to approach Saito about this kind of issue. Rip.
そろそろ夜が明けるなジンに戻るか
Rip. I want to console him. You're right. Rip. Romo, hi. The insects chirped and hummed from the trees as we made our way back to camp. We were nearly there when... Which answer did you pick? I picked the consoling one. This one. It's not like that. Is that wrong? That's wrong. Dang it! 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 Okay, well, hi Saito. Get your ass back there. Can I? Saito stopped suddenly, his face twisted with pain. Saito, what's wrong? I ran to him as he leaned heavily against a nearby tree, his fingers digging into the bark. His teeth ground aggressively. No time travel, let's go, yes, that's what I thought. And his breath was strangled. As I watched, he began to sweat. Screw that. My stomach pitched as I realized what it was. Is it blood? Do you want blood? Give him blood. Always give him blood. It's time again, Taco. Perfect Saito run. There is no perfection in life. That's to see Soji in pain, and Saito needs to suffer too. Oh god. Saito, please drink my blood.
必要ないこのままやり過ごせば収まる
However, Saito's face warped in pain. His forehead was covered in thick beads of sweat. Is this where the CG appears? What the? That made it even more clear that he was craving blood. Please, I'll be fine. There was no point in arguing. I unsheathed my sword and I slipped the cold edge against my finger, feeling it burn as the flesh split open.
その子たちを貸せ
No, if you don't, you'll... I was sure he simply meant to take the sword away from me.
傷ならば俺がつける貸せ
Huh? That wasn't what I'd expected to hear. He took hold of my kodachi and stepped closer. I could hear his breath rattling in his chest. Think it might? Yep. He asked. Yeah. Remember, after all. The blade pressed against my ear. He must have wanted to cut where it would be barely visible. I felt a spark of pain as it broke the skin, and then his face moved so close to mine. To my ear? I could feel his breath on my ear. His lips pressed against my skin. CGs with the blood drinking just get weirder and weirder, I see. I shivered as his breath touched my ears. Saito stopped and pulled away. His voice was barely above a whisper, but it sounded loud in my ear. And Ro was gone. I'm fine. It just tickled a bit. He seemed relieved to hear that, and I felt his tongue touch my ear once again. What the flip? He was sipping the blood that was dripping from my ear. Holy moly. As he drank, Saito's breathing eased and his shaking began to subside. After some time, he slowly stepped back.
すまなかったな
It's okay. Why did you have to go for my ear, though? His face was still pale, but at least the color was beginning to return. Don't worry about it. This will heal up in no time.
守るべき相手の
Don't
血
get
を
his
すすめ
why out of every place is the ear.
Homeless
Yes, he can go for the
temple.
arm or something, but note the ear. Would Romo like to be his blood man? He gave a short bark of laughter. No, it's not like that. I mean, if you think about it, it's my fault you became a Fury in the first place.
そうではない俺が風間を殺せるほど強ければ
Okay, but we both know you
こ
were.
うはならなか
There's
った
no way you were. Maybe. You wouldn't bleed that much anyway, right? Can't heal, so you wouldn't do it. That's true. He stood there silently for a moment, his back to me.
戻るぞ。そろそろ皆が起き出してくる頃だ。
Nodded back to Saito and we returned to our camp. Soji's CG. Oh. Okay, I will stop here. This is a good stopping point. Oh. What? I didn't think it would go down. Okay. Never mind. No, don't stop? Oh, I mean, I have to stop. It's the last Hakuoki stream for the rest of the week. Yes, it is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wait, urges calm yourself. Says you haven't seen your friend content. What if I pay? Do not use real money. If you pay for real money, I will... No, save it for Soji. Yes. If you want to use channel points, you can. You can use channel points if you want. Wait, I missed one? Wait, I missed one? I missed one here too. What? So for Soji, it's gonna be forever because before we get to Soji's route. Is it really gonna be forever? Wait. Never allow prey to escape. Their jaws are so powerful they can crush the body of an automobile. Crocodile's black Pokedex entry. My god. It's a little dark. It's a little intense. Okay, anyways, guys. That is it for me. For today.